Welcome to the Indie Corner After Dark, where we not only talk about all things independent comics, but everything comics. I'm Mikey.
I'm Rebecca.
And today, people, we're back at it again with another After Dark episode 5, episode cinco, episode cinq. I don't know any other languages of like word 5, but yeah, we're doing episode 5, people. I'm very excited because if people live under, for those that live under a rock, there is a little small event that's happening right now, and very niche, very low key, very underground, known as a San Diego Comic Con. People, San Diego Comic Con. It is back after I think ever since COVID happened. So because it was virtual before, and they were doing like virtual panels and all that stuff. Which I don't know about you, Rebecca. I kind of miss those. I don't know.
I was a little disappointed they didn't have at least some of them back this year.
Yeah, true. But listen, man, it's open in person at in San Diego. So again, how it usually is the biggest convention in the world. So lots of movie announcements, lots of TV announcements, lots of game announcements, lots of comic book announcements, all that stuff. And we're gonna cover basically like our own notable cliff notes that I want to talk about. But yeah, Rebecca, I'm very excited to get right into it. Also for people, our boy Seamus will be joining us in a little bit, because he's coming from work at the moment because he wants to be a responsible adult. And yeah, man, we'll just get started. And just for people right now we're recording around like 8:43. So at this moment in time, the Marvel, like the MCU, Marvel Studios panel is on right now because time difference. We're on the East Coast, so that's gonna be saved more towards the end of things. But yeah, Rebecca, let's get right into it. So just to start off, right, I wanted to talk about, this is comic book convention, right? So we gotta talk about comic book stuff, right? Talk about comic book stuff. And yeah, the thing is, like, Rebecca, no, we're gonna do the Eisner stuff first. Fuck it, we're doing the Eisner stuff first.
Okay.
Who cares? Well, so there's for people that don't know, there's this thing called, the Eisner Awards, which is, basically the Oscars for comics. Very big deal in the comic book world, where they give the artists, writers, inkers, pencilers, colorists, even the colorists, the editors, their flowers. And yeah, one day my goal in life is to one day get an Eisner for something. All right. So it's a pretty big deal. So we're just going to go through some of the there's a lot of people that won this year because there's different categories, but we're going to go through the more notable nominations. So yeah. Well, so we'll get right into it. So Rebecca, so for the first category we're gonna go through right now, so best single issue / one shot, and that the person that won for the book that won for that is this book right here for best this is for best short story. My mistake. Best short story. It goes to Funeral and Foam, written by Casey Gilly and art by Raina Talgeimer in the You Died anthology of the afterlife by Iron Circus Comics. I've never heard of this book. Never heard of this comic book studio. I guess it's a very independent studio.
Is it a web comic? Because it looks like it would be a web comic.
I'm not sure. No, I think it's actually physical. I think I from what I've done my research. But listen, congrats to these people. Maybe I'll check it out, maybe not. So yeah, congrats to them. Moving on. So now this is for the actual thing that I was talking about earlier. So best single issue / one shot goes to Wonder Woman Historia, written by Kelly Sue DeConnick and art by Phil Jimenez from DC. I heard about this book. I heard very good things about this book. I'm a huge Phil Jimenez fan because fun fact about me, I kind of got into one of the best art schools in the country, and then went to Penn State instead. And Phil Jimenez taught at SVA. He's one of the professors there, and I'm a huge Phil Jimenez fan, and he's really known for his Wonder Woman. So it makes sense that Kelly Sue DeConnick would get him onto here, and also Kelly Sue DeConnick is also one of the best writers, I think, right now, and one of the best female writers in the comic book game. So I'm a big fan of her as well. So yeah, congrats to these guys. Great book. I heard so. Maybe I'll check it out at some point. Moving on, my favorite category. Actually, not really my favorite category, but like my favorite. The person that won is my favorite series. So best continuing series, people. Best continuing series went to Bitterroot, written by David F. Walker and Chuck Brown, and art by Sanford Green from Image. Listen, people, I'm gonna say this. If you haven't been reading Bitterroot, you guys are slacking. This book is incredible. I love this book a lot. Big fan of David F. Walker. We follow each other. So yeah, shout out to my boy David F. Walker. Did a great job. And I'm a huge fan of Sanford Green. Love this series. Basically focuses on a group of a family of monster hunters back in the Harlem Renaissance, known as the Sangres. Very dope book. Very fun, like family dynamic between all these characters. Great artwork, great writing. Yeah, it's been on my top 10 best books like the past 2 years. So definitely check it out, people. Definitely check it out. So to continue on, best limited series, people. Best limited series goes to The Good Asian, written by, I'm gonna try to pronounce. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your names. Like you're watching this. Parsnak Peaktote, and art by Alexander Tafegi, who from Image Comics. I also heard great things about this book. I heard this book is dope. Very good representation and all that. So I was very happy that that another diverse book is getting its flowers. So yeah, props to the creative team for this book. I'm gonna definitely check it out when I get a chance. Moving on. So the next book, the next category, best writer, best new series, best new series. The person that won the book that won this category is a book that I got recommended to me, but I never got a chance to check it out. This book, The New House on the Lake, written by James Tynion IV, and art by Alvaro Martinez Bueno from DC Black Label. I heard this book is really, really good. I got recommended this by a friend of ours, Rebecca Gabe. He told me that this book was incredible, that I should check it out. A horror-based book. Obviously, you can see here, very spooky, very moody type of vibe. So yeah, congrats to James Tynion and Alvaro, because I heard this book is phenomenal. And DC Black Label, again, saving DC. For people that are like, is saving DC. They're making those some of the best books right now on the DC line. So yeah, definitely check that out, people. So the next category, best writer. Obviously, we can't have comic books without our writers to develop the stories. So the best writer this year goes to James Tynion IV. Again, who's written books, as you see here, like House of Slaughter, Something's Killing the Children, The Nice House on the Lake, The Joker, Batman, The Department of Truth. I've read some of these books. I've read Something's Killing the Children. I'm going to read The Nice House on the Lake, and Department of Truth is a mind fuck. Yeah, James Tynion IV is definitely a very talented writer. So I'm happy that he got his flowers and got this award. So yeah, good on him. So moving on, best writer and artist. So writer and art, so person that writes and draws people, because we need those. The multi-talented guys. So the best writer and artist goes to Barry Windsor Smith, notably for his book Monster, that was published by Fantagraphics. Legend. If you don't know who Barry Windsor Smith is, he's very known. He's very known for his Wolverine run back in the 70s and 80s. So this book Monster, which I heard about, is basically like his magnum opus, and because he retired after doing this book. So yeah,
it probably would have been nice if we put some of his art on the slide.
Yeah. I wanted to let people know what they look like, what these people look like. But yeah, if you want to look up some of the artwork, people for Barry Windsor Smith's career, listen, he has a very big portfolio, so you must check that out. But yeah, man, definitely, he definitely deserves this for sure. And I heard Monster was incredible. So kudos to him, and happy retirement for him as well. So moving on, best penciler / inker, or penciler and inker / inker team. The winner for this goes to your boy Phil Jimenez for Wonder Woman Historia for DC. Yeah, man. Again, he's definitely a legend in the game. Love his. Definitely known for his Wonder Woman. He's one of those guys where, like, he's along with the George Perez's R.I.P. George Perez R.I.P. The Liam Sharps and the and him. They're definitely he makes sense why he would get this award. Dope pencils, amazing inks. Yeah, so well, congrats to Fulvio Menez, man. You deserve it. And obviously look up his art because I didn't get a chance to put his art up on here. But yeah, so moving on, best cover artist, because cover is the most important part of the comic. You know what I mean? This thing that's going to attract you to get the book in the first place. So the best cover artist of this year goes to Jen Bartel. If you know Jen Bartel, Gabe is the person again. Gabe is the person who introduced me to Jen Bartel. Really cool artist, very kind of like really good, like a kind of like a poppy art style. I love her colors. But yeah, she got the award notably for Immortal Wonder Woman for Future State, issues 1 and 2, Wonder Woman Black and Gold, and Women's History Month issue for Marvel Comics. As you can see here, really dope artwork. I don't know, Rebecca, have you heard of Jen Bartel's work?
It looks familiar from the picture. I don't think I knew her name.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, but she got the best cover artist, so congrats to her. But yeah, so moving on, best painter and multimedia artist. Again, I didn't even know that category was even a thing. But is it Alex Ross? No, but Alex Ross is already known he's already a go in terms of painting, so it's not him. So the best the best painter and multimedia artist goes to Sana Takeda. Sana Takeda, known for her book Monstrous by Image. I've heard of this artist. Actually, Rebecca, when we were on Studio Shield, and we wanted to get some female artists to have interviews for International Women's Women's History Month, I believe. Uh-huh. She was one of the women on that list. When I found out like a video best female artist, she was definitely one of them on that list. And I've seen her work for Monstrous, and it's ridiculous. It's incredible. So shout out to Miss Takeda over here. And obviously you can see her cover for Monstrous. Amazing. So definitely check that out. So moving on. This is my surprise. The winner was my surprise for best webcomic. And best webcomic for this year goes to the book the webcomic Lore Olympus by Rachel Smythe, and it's a Webtoon exclusive. If you people who are on Webtoon, you have definitely seen Webtoon ads for this book. I know I definitely have, for sure. But yeah, props to Rachel Smith on her Eisner for best webcomic, and Lore Olympus I heard is actually pretty good if you like romance comics and all that. I think I like Greek mythology, so I think the book is basically about the relationship between Persephone and Hades. So, and obviously it's very very romantic, glorified art style, which I think is really cool. So it fits Webtoon in my opinion. So congrats to her. Right, Rebecca, have you read this book or know about it? Or
I know about it. I've never actually read it though. I get the ads for it.
Yeah, you get that for it all the time. And lastly, for best digital comic, goes to the book Snow Angels by Scott Snyder and Jock, and it's on Comixology. Yeah, I've definitely heard about this book. I've heard great things about this book. I'm a big fan of Scott. I'm a fan of Scott Snyder's writing. I'm a huge fan of Jock. I'm a Jock like stan. I love this guy's work. And obviously when they're a known duo for one of my favorite horror and indie books called Witches. And I love when they do books together. So yeah, shout out to Scott Snyder and Jock for Snow Angels. I will definitely pick this book out. So yeah, Rebecca, that's basically it for the Eisner Award stuff. Congrats to all the winners and all the people that won. You deserve it. Glad you got your flowers. All right, so happy we breezed through that. So moving on, even though, listen, I didn't make slides for it because, we're a little late, as if you can see. So I was trying to make sure I got everything together. But I wanted to talk about some more comic book announcements that happened. So Rebecca, here's the thing that intrigued me the most, which I had to put on the list. So obviously, like, there was a little movie that's I think is one of the best Batman movies of all time, known as The Batman, right? And love that movie, amazing film. People, if you haven't read this, watch the film, the Matt Reeves film that came out this year. What are you doing? You're slacking. Get your life together. All that stuff. And
better.
yeah. So here's the thing, Rebecca. So do you know they're making a little comic on in the Batman universe?
I did not.
Yeah, so the big announcement that happened today is that your boy Paul Dano, who notably played the Riddler in the Batman, is releasing his first ever. He's doing his comic book debut, doing the origin of the Riddler in the Batman universe, titled Riddler Year One.
Oh, I did hear about that actually.
Yeah, this shocked the hell out of me. I'm very excited for it. And I'm gonna put the cover up here. Yeah, man. So basically, this is going to be Paul Dano and a Serbian artist by the name of Stevan Subic is doing they're doing the artwork for it. They're going to be telling the origin of the Riddler, Edward Nashton, in the Batman universe, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I love the Riddler in the movie, so I'm happy that the actor himself, who knows the character or that version of the character, is making a series for it, and it's coming out later this, I believe later this year, 2022, and it's going to be a 6-issue limited series. So yeah, Rebecca, what are your thoughts on this?
Paul Dano seems like a weird guy.
Yeah.
Just because he chooses to be in a lot of like, well, I don't want to say weird movie, but he plays a lot of like weird characters, or he's in weird movies.
Yeah.
Most notably before this, Swiss Army Man.
I love that movie though. That movie is gold. It's so
that movie
good.
is pretty good.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, go watch Swiss Army Man.
Exactly. Good stuff.
So I think it'll be interesting to like see what he comes up with as a writer, because I don't think we've ever seen him write before.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I was watching an interview today while I was catching up on the Comic-Con stuff, and he said that like this kind of idea to do a comic book didn't really kind of organically happen when he was filming the Batman, and like he was studying the character and all that stuff. He says when he likes to get into a role, he likes to actually like physically write out like the character's motivations and like who they are as a character and like what they would do, so that he can like better immerse himself into the role. So he told when he went to Matt Reeves while they were filming, he said, "Yeah, man, I had all these and he said he wrote them in the style of a comic book. Obviously, do that that art to typo type of feel."
Okay.
And he said that when he went to Matt Reeves, like, yeah, like I've been writing a lot, trying to like about who the Riddler is and the character, just to like delve myself into it. And he's like, and Matt Reeves like, yeah, like, dude, like this is really good. You should probably like, I feel like you should do a comic book about this. Is because you kind of wrote it in a kind of comic book type of way. And then he's like, nah, man, it's not how it happened. Like, I'm not really a comic writer. And he's like, listen, man, I said he said give it a try. He gave him a cosign. So then behind his back, Matt Reeves went to DC, and DC said that they were totally down for him to do a Riddler book in the universe. So yeah, and then he's been working on it for about for almost about a year, and they got Stefan Subic to do the artwork from Serbia. I have no idea. I've never heard of the guy. Apparently, this is his first American comic debut. But looking from his cover, I hear his work looks incredible. So yeah. That's
I'm just glad they went with Paul Dano to try this and not Jared Leto when he was the Joker.
Oh, 100%. But yeah, Rebecca, is this gonna be a book that you're gonna be putting on your pull list at all, or?
Oh God, I haven't read comics in so long, but if I get around to it, I'll check it out. In theory, I'd check it out.
In theory, check it out, right? Yeah, I will definitely be checking this book out. I won't buy it. I'll probably read it digitally. Looking for. I'm definitely looking. I'm gonna read it digitally, man. Like, stop it.
Legally?
Yes, legally, Rebecca. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't just don't call me out like that. That's disrespectful. But yeah, that's definitely a book that I will check out. So moving on, people. Moving on. So Rebecca, you're familiar with the whole thing with Joshua Williamson right now. You know Joshua Williamson is a DC writer. Well, comic book writer, but he's mostly on DC right now.
No.
No. So there's a thing going on right now with Joshua Williamson. He just recently killed the Justice League.
Okay.
Yeah, he killed Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Green Arrow. They're all dead. Anyone who's on the Justice League, I think, besides Hal Jordan, is all gone. And the only one that survived is Black Adam right now. Right, so because obviously there's a movie coming out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically he killed off Justice League, and I was watching an interview today with him, where he wanted to focus more on the sidekicks and with the Justice League book. What I think is very interesting. I love the sidekicks, love the Bat family, love the Flash family, all that jazz, right? And there was a couple months ago, there was a press release talking about how he was about to do a thing called Dark Crisis. You ever hear about the whole Dark Crisis?
Anytime DC starts throwing around crisis, it can never be a good thing.
Yeah. So everyone was like, oh, okay, another crisis. Who cares? Not like if people were kind of done, right? So there was a big announcement today. Clearly, they changed the title for the book. So the new title for the book is not Dark Crisis, people, but it is now Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. This is officially, and it's confirmed, this is officially the direct true sequel to Crisis on Infinite Earths back in the 80s. So, yeah.
This is so bad. Whenever they do something like this, I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to see how they fuck this one up.
Yeah, man. It's thing is, like, I think Crisis on Infinite Earths is a very monumental story, obviously. Again, shout out to Marv Wolfman. Shout out to, the dearly departed the GOAT George Perez on working on that book. Legendary. I mean, listen to the thing. I haven't been reading any DC lately. So I'm so lost on like this new direction. All I knew is that like they just recently in this new direction for DC Frontier, they reintroduced the multiverse and the Infinite Earths again, to the fact that like they're doing a Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, and this is going to be the antithesis of like Crisis on Infinite Earths. Is just like, all right, that's fine, I guess. But yeah, like what
I think we as a society have passed the need for event comics.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, listen, I like Joshua Williamson as a writer. I think he's a phenomenal writer and all that. And then they also released some dope covers. Again, I don't want to like waste the time to like try to find them and put them up, but like some really cool covers for it. For the event and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, he seems like he's going to be in charge of mostly the whole event, and there will be some various artists and all that stuff doing the interiors and all that. But yeah, I mean, listen, I like the fact that the sidekicks are getting the spotlight. As you can see, we got Jonathan Kent, Nightwing, Yara Flor, Wonder Woman, Wally West as Flash, Shazam, Jessica Cruz, Black Adam, and yeah. So listen, the Teen Titans, and the Titans. So listen, will I be reading this, Rebecca? I wanted to answer. Nah, yeah, you answer for me. I'm not really going to be reading this. I may read it later on, maybe when it's collected in trade. But yeah, for
Dear Justice League's fans, if this is good, I'm so happy for you. If this is bad, I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. And I hear that the villain for the art for this event is Pariah, who was one of the main characters in the original Crisis, the first Crisis on Infinite Earths. So I appreciate the fact that they're tying in some of the stuff from the original event into this. And obviously we see like the Anti-Monitor and Death and all that other stuff. So listen, man, this is a maybe for me. This is definitely a pass for Rebecca. But yeah, we'll see what's going on. We'll see what's going on when it comes out. But yeah, that's it for that. So yeah, so next up in terms of the comics, Rebecca, obviously, right? for me, you know me, right? What's one of my favorite things in comics, right? In terms of what DC is doing right now.
Milestone?
Fuck yeah, Milestone. So people, one of the big things that Milestone announced today is during the convention is that first off, they're making a documentary. They're making a documentary talking about the history of Milestone Comics, as well as the current future of Milestone going forward, because they had the Milestone Initiative that they launched, where they brought a lot of new talent and new creators on board to work on potential Milestone properties and books. And they're titling this documentary Milestone, and it's coming out on July 29th on HBO Max. And yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to this. I actually know it's funny enough because it's going to be narrated by one of my favorite MCs in the game. One of my favorite MCs, freaking METHOD, man, from the Wu-Tang Clan fam, one of the best rappers in the game. All right. He's a comic book fan, so it makes sense why I appreciate the fact that he's narrating this. And I also want to give a special shout out to someone that I recently got a chance to know through some of my friends at Zion, because we had her on the show. But Dr. Sheena Howard, who is a professor at I forget which university she's at, but it's a university in Philly, who recently got an Eisner 2 years ago for one of her books. Is an academic scholar in terms of comics and in Black culture in comics. She's also going to be part of the documentary, so I want to give her a shout out for that. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, Dr. Sheena Howard, in the documentary as well. But yeah, Rebecca, will this be something you'll check out on HBO Max when that drops, or you're just gonna put it aside for now?
If I'm bored, I'll watch. That's kind of how I work, like all TV. Like I don't watch things until I'm like, man, I need to do something with my time. I mean, honestly, I have a friend's HBO Max, so I'm not against it.
Honestly, same here. I also have a friend HBO Max. I'm not going to disclose who this friend is, but I will be watching this on HBO Max when it comes out. I'm trying to look up if they I know they had like a trailer that I saw on social media. I'm trying to see if I can look up a trailer, not on Google because Google is bugging out today, but on they did drop a trailer. So Rebecca, you want to like watch this trailer? It's like only like a minute long, so I don't know if you want to watch this trailer.
Yeah, that's fine. Considering this is probably going to be a 2 or 3 hour podcast.
Facts.
We can fit it in.
Facts. So I will screen share it right quick. Go on the window here. I wonder if I could like. I don't know if I could maybe like share the odd. I don't know if I could share the. I don't know if you could hear it, but yeah. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works, people. What's it called? Rebecca, can you hear anything or at all or no?
Being a Black artist and surviving.
It looks like it's working.
Okay.
You weren't going to get the same breaks. You had to work twice as hard to do it. Keep moving, keep moving.
It always cracked me up that his afro was attached to his mask. I'm Black Lightning. That's some code switching right there.
It was written in neon. Where are the Black super?
Oh shit, my fault.
Heroes.
I think you changing the quality fucked it up a little bit.
Oh shit.
Imprinted on a generation.
Heroes haven't always come in all races. At New York's Milestone Media, superheroes aren't just black.
It's not working, Mikey.
Oh shit. Okay.
Wanted it to look like the world
well,
people weren't just invested
I tried,
in the
people.
comics
I
and the
tried. See,
characters.
listen.
Sometimes
The audio is still going on.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work out. But listen, I'm very excited to watch this. I love Milestone. I love how Milestone's back now. So yeah, I'm very looking forward to it. But we're not done with the whole Milestone stuff, Rebecca. We're not done. All right. So in terms of comics, again, Rebecca, who is one of my favorite characters in comics?
Static.
Fuck yeah, we're talking about fucking Static, baby. Okay, so there is a new Static comic. Obviously, people who didn't know there was Static season 1 that came out this year, which was written by Vidya Ayala and drawn by one of my favorite new artists, Nicholas Draper Ivy. Who, again, if you haven't read this book, again, you're slacking, people. You're slacking because this book is incredible. So recently, they just announced that we're getting a season 2 for the series, and it's titled Static Shadows. I put Shadows. That is not what it's called. It's called Static Shadows of Dakota. I am so very excited for this, because the main villain of this of the series, and they teased it at the end of Static season 1. Oh God, oh man, Rebecca, I can't even believe this is happening. Like, it's just, oh God, the villain for this season, fam, is, for people who've watched the Static Shock TV show, we're gonna see the return of Ebon, baby. Ebon. I was done. I'm so happy, because he's like one of the coolest villains in the Static Shock TV show. I'm happy that now this is actually his first comic book debut, because he was only canon for the TV show. So now he's canon in the current Milestone universe. I'm so excited for this. So Rebecca, from hearing this, what are your thoughts on this new Static book?
Well, it's a continuation of the last one, which
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit I'm slacking a bit. I still need to read it.
Rebecca,
But
come
the
on.
cover art looks cool.
Yeah. It's listen, Nick kills everything he does. I don't know if I should full screen it so if people could can I full screen it? Yeah, I can full screen it so people can look it out real quick. Yeah, but like this artwork is by far, it's incredible. I love his style, his mix of he has like a mix, even though he's a digital artist, but he also does mixed media. So and he has an anime influence, so it worked so well with Static. And V.A. Ayala does a really good job with the writing. And actually, the change with this series is that he is also co-writing this book, so this is also going to be Nick's writing debut as well. So yeah, man, I'm so excited. And I saw some of the artwork for it and like some of the covers for it. Whoo! It's gonna be some good shit. I can't wait. Yeah, so that's mostly it on the Milestone side of things, I think. But yeah, I'm super excited for this book. So Rebecca, lastly on the comic book based stuff that I got here, I think Seamus is gonna talk about it when he comes back later on. But so there was a panel. It was called Jim Lee and Friends, which is like a funny title for a panel. But that's where a lot of this stuff got announced, like some of the Milestone stuff and like the Dark Crisis stuff, on Infinite Earth stuff got announced. So here's the crazy thing, right? So obviously Jim Lee, if you don't know Jim Lee is legendary artist, one of the founding artists, founding partners of Image Comics, and is the current chief creative officer of DC Comics right now. So there was, at the end, they had a little surprise for everybody, which happened. So I don't know if you're like, Rebecca, you're familiar with Todd McFarlane, correct?
Oh, I know Todd.
You know Todd. So Todd McFarlane at this panel showed up. No one knew what was going on. No one knew what to expect. The thing is, like, here's a little backstory. So there was a pitch that Todd McFarlane wanted to do back in like the early 2010s, where he pitched a Spawn Batman book. And he only made some cover artwork for it. DC never picked it up. It never came into fruition, and people, the hardcore Spawn fans and Batman fans, were really clamoring for it, right? So the big reveal, which was like, it shocked the shit out of me, was that Spawn Batman is officially happening. And I was just like, huh? Like, because
I'm gonna call it right now. In 5 years, they're gonna make a movie for this.
Oh my God!
Like an animated movie.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. What would have been funny if like the actual like announcement was that it was actually like Todd hijacking the panel to put out his Spawn trailer.
One of these days, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The Spawn movie can still happen.
Yeah. It was. I think it was like Spawn Batman was a thing. Because Frank Miller did it. Back in like the 90s, and it's notoriously awful. So Todd did that.
Why the fuck did they let Frank Miller write Spawn?
I don't know, because listen, it's just the name, it was the name. So that's why that's why they got him on. But yeah, Todd did that pitch back like a decade ago. It never happened for like a spot.
The general public thinks
For what the hell?
professional
For a Batman
gamers
Spawn 2, and it just never happened. But yeah, man, Batman Spawn is happening. And the thing is, Greg Capullo is on the book. Obviously, he's legendary Batman artist, legendary Spawn artist, and also Jim Lee is working on the book as well. So it's a big collaboration because we know Todd doesn't fuck with DC or Marvel unless it's for his toys. So like it's crazy like that he agreed to do this. So what are your thoughts on this, Rebecca? What are your thoughts on this announcement?
Is this being? I guess this is being published by DC.
Yeah,
and not Image.
I'm not actually sure. I think it's going to be published by DC and Image, I believe. Either it's a co-partnership, which I can imagine because it's he's an Image character, so I would assume that they have to put the Image banner on it. Yeah, it is. I would assume that it's going to be both of them. I would assume that DC is publishing the book, but it's gonna have the Image logo on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Actually, I'll share some artwork, some really good artwork too, that Todd did of as you can see, Batman. On his side we got Batman and the Violator with Spawn villain, and obviously Spawn on the other side with the Joker.
This looks like it came straight out of the 90s.
Listen, it's Spawn, man.
I know. That's his whole thing, but it's just so much more 90s than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, yeah, I'm just happy that, like, Jim and Todd were able to get along, you know what I mean? And they were able to make this happen. But yeah, man, I mean, listen, I'm excited. I'm honestly, will I read it? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna read it.
Podcast review was Spawn versus Batman or whatever.
Listen, man, we're gonna be doing a little shameless plug. We're gonna be doing some shorts, held by our boy Matt. So maybe you'll see a short of me just quickly reviewing Spawn Batman when it comes out. But yeah, man, this is kind of crazy. So I'm trying to look when it is coming out. I'm not sure if it's coming out this year or next year. But it is coming out, people. So for the Spawn Batman fans out there, you're excited. Be excited. It's happening. And thank God Frank Miller's not writing it.
Whatever happened to Frank Miller? I feel like he just disappeared.
Oh no, Frank Miller was there. He was at the convention. I forget for what, but he was at the convention. From the looks of comicbook.com, there isn't really a release date for this yet. So, but it is happening. So yeah, that's something to look forward to, people. But yeah, so that's it for the comic book stuff. We're done with the stuff. So now we're going to be moving on to, I believe, the animation section of the podcast. So yeah, so a lot of good animation stuff that happened. Hold on, wait a minute. My mistake. Not the animation stuff, the video game stuff. Come on now, the video game stuff. I completely forgot about.
Get it together on this podcast.
It has been a long day. So yeah, the video game stuff. The only real thing to talk about in terms of the game stuff is Batman Gotham Knights. My fault. And so this year at Comic-Con they revealed the Batgirl trailer for Gotham Knights. So that is basically we've been getting these character trailers. I mean, obviously me talked about the Nightwing one, which we fairly enjoyed. We didn't get a chance to talk about the Robin one, but I loved the Tim Drake reveal. That I thought was really fun. So now we got this Batgirl trailer that dropped. So obviously we're not gonna play the audio because the video because the computer is just not cooperating today. But so Rebecca, what are your thoughts on this Batgirl trailer that dropped for Gotham Knights?
it's very similar to the other trailers. It tries to like, you know, show her fighting style. To me, it kind of seemed like the most like standard, I guess, of all the characters in terms of fighting style.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that she can kind of like grapple around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if I do play this game, I'll probably end up playing Batgirl.
Facts.
Probably just because I like to play the girl characters.
Okay.
That's pretty much all the thoughts that I have.
Okay, got you. Okay. I mean, from what I saw from the trailer, I thought it was honest. I thought it was the best one out of them all. I thought her gameplay looked really dope. I love it that she's her grappling type of style. The fact that her baton turns into like her tonfa turns into like some nunchucks and like a grappling line. I thought it was really cool. Her special abilities look really dope, like the batarang like fury that she does, the cool little like ground strike she does is probably dope for like crowd control. The swarm of bats that she can manipulate, which I saw in the original the demo we got at Fandom like 2 years ago. But yeah, and also I think she has the best costumes, alternate costumes, out of them all.
Hers are better, but I still don't like the alternate costumes.
I mean, listen, agree to disagree. I thought it was pretty cool. Other costumes were pretty cool. And it seems like obviously they're having different traversal abilities. Obviously, we saw Nightwing with the flying glider thing. Tim Drake has the Watchtower teleportation system. Red Hood has the mystical leap that everyone's talking shit about. And with her, it seems she's got the typical Arkham gliding. I don't know what you're talking about. That looked cool. So yeah. Listen, man. Batgirl looks dope. That's my final thoughts. That Batgirl looks the best out of them all so far. I'm definitely I already said I'm gonna get this game eventually when I get a PS5. So, cause it won't be on current gen. So yeah.
Have you decided who you're gonna main yet?
Tim. Come on, Tim. I'm a Tim Drake man. Come on now. But I know for a fact I'm gonna play as Nightwing, Tim, and Barbara the most. I don't know about Jason Todd. So we'll see. Listen, I know he's your boy, but like I don't know if I'll do it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
That's okay. They made him ugly in that game, so I'll forgive it.
Any closing thoughts for Batgirl, Rebecca?
No.
No.
My head is empty right now. I don't have any thoughts about this.
Will there be an Oracle DLC where we could play as her in a wheelchair? Who knows, man? That would be
kind of wild.
That would. But yeah. So seal of approval, I'd say so. So moving on, people. So I've got to make a little title because we're freestyling this as we go on. But yeah, so another game that came out. Well, I think it was announced a while ago. I think they're in the beta phase right now. But the game Multiversus people, the new free to play Smash clone that Warner Brothers is doing. And the whole big reveal at the con that they did today is the fact that I can't believe they fucking did this, Rebecca. I can't believe they did this. Is like I can't wrap my head around it. I still can't. But the fact that the two new playable characters are Rick and Morty and LeBron James from Space Jam: A New Legacy. Rick and Morty I kind of expected. I'm actually excited for Rick and Morty. That's actually really dope. But LeBron James.
LeBron was the wild card in this.
What on earth, man? Why? We
got to unplug Space Jam, even though it came out like last year.
Yeah. Maybe? Did you even watch Space Jam: A New Legacy? I dubbed the hell. That was an L.
Did anyone watch that movie?
I don't think so. Maybe on HBO Max, but maybe the kids. But fuck them kids. So. Who
do you think is playing this game?
Honestly, it's a free game, so like I would say everybody.
I don't know anyone who's playing this right now.
Well, it's the beta right now, and I think it was I think you have to sign up for it. It's a closed beta. I don't know when the open beta comes out. But yeah, Rick and Morty's in the game. I haven't get a chance to see the gameplay for that yet, but I saw the gameplay for LeBron. LeBron looks okay. It's a lot of him just dribbling the ball, a lot of him dunking the ball as attacks.
What do you want him to do? He's a basketball
Nothing.
player.
I don't want him in the game, Rebecca. He shouldn't be in this game. If he doesn't have a receding hairline, like special attack, it's not worth it. Now, I mean, there should be a special attack where like everyone's hairlines, it's a raid attack. So like it like maybe it has like a negating effect, but like everyone's hairlines just recede. Know what I mean? That would be incredible. That would make him more worth it as a playable character. But it's whatever, man. I don't know what. Any closing thoughts on this? I mean, Rick and Morty, I'm looking forward to. That looks like a lot of fun. But him, why?
I think you're making a bigger deal out of this than you need to.
It is a big deal. He shouldn't be in this fucking game. But yeah, that's basically it. There's not really a lot of. There were some video games that showed like The Last of Us remake, but I didn't really feel like I want to talk about that. There's the game called I think the Calypso Protocol. It's like a new horror game that's out right now. That was on the show floor, but I didn't really want to feel like that was needed as well. But yeah, listen, man, it's out. So now we're gonna move on to the animation section, because yesterday there was an animation panel for not just Marvel Studios but from other properties like Avatar Studios and all that. And yeah, so the first one we're gonna look at, right, is we're gonna go with the big guns first. So Marvel Animation had their big panel yesterday, which apparently, like from the announcement, I heard was a huge success. I don't know what you heard about what your perception of what you heard of the whole panel as well. I thought it was really good. But yeah, so we're gonna get right into it. So one of the first things we're gonna talk about it for the Marvel Animation panel that dropped is What If Season 2? What If Season 2 is coming out? We did that review on the Students of S.H.I.E.L.D., I believe, last year. So yeah, so if people want to go look up that video, I'll put the link up in the corner. But yeah, What If Season 2 got announced, Rebecca? What If Season 2 got announced and is coming out from what I can see from my notes. Coming out early 2023, so we're gonna see it rather soon, I would say. And the only other news that we have about it is that they already confirmed a What If Season 3. So What If Season 3 is already in development. So yeah, so what are your thoughts on this whole What If Season 2 announcement? Are you looking forward to Season 2? What are your thoughts on Season 1? Like what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts about this?
I guess I'll start with my thoughts on Season 1. I thought it was okay. I think it was a little underwhelming, and I feel like they also shouldn't have connected the stories together at the end. I would have preferred if it was like a pure anthology where nothing really like touches each other.
Yeah,
you know.
True. I actually agree with that.
So I just see Season 2 being more or less the same.
Okay.
So I can't really say I'm like more excited than I was. Hopefully the quality is a little better this time around.
That's true, yeah. I mean, there are some episodes that I thought like shined for me. In terms of Season 1, shout out, especially the Star-Lord T'Challa episode. Rip to the King. I love that episode a lot, and obviously that was the last time I ever saw Chadwick and the role, so I love that out of bias.
I think that's one of the better episodes in the first batch.
Even I know we said this in the Doctor Strange review, and I know Matt went off, but like I like Captain Carter and whatever. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I like that episode.
Apparently, she's getting another episode in this. I think I heard that.
Good. I love her. Okay. But yeah, I thought Season 1 was fairly average. There's some good stuff, some bad stuff that happened. I did like what my favorite episode as well as the T'Challa one and Captain Carter was What If Ultron won. I thought the episode was kind of wild. When Ultron ate the fucking universe, that was crazy. But yeah, listen, I expect some improvement. Obviously, I hope they listened to the fans and got some notes. And got some feedback. So hopefully that works out. Then listen, I'm gonna watch Season 2. I mean, it's Marvel. We're gonna watch Season 2.
Yeah.
But Rebecca, is there any like potential story that you wish that you're hoping that they might do in season 2 of What If?
I don't know that I have any that I hope they do. I imagine they're finally going to do that Gamora one since she didn't get one in season 1. I feel like there was another one too
Yeah,
where it was at the end, but didn't have an episode, but I can't think of one.
and
Or I'm just making up.
And it makes sense why we get another season so soon, because like they were there were still some episodes that they didn't get a chance to show that were already done, but because of COVID, they didn't have time to like refine them and fix them up. So that makes sense why we're getting What If season 2 so quickly.
I feel like that makes a lot of sense actually, because season 1, like I said, it feels like a couple things were like missing there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So yeah, I know for a fact I would, now that we got one episode I hope they do, which is one of my theories. I even said this last time I did a podcast. I would love a what if Shang-Chi led the 10 Rings? Like what if he actually stayed and took his dad's place? I would love that episode.
Okay.
Again, love Shang-Chi. So yeah, that's like, I hope that's something that I would hope they would do in the show going forward. But yeah, that's all I really got to say about it. Looking forward to it. Hope they improve. And so we're just gonna move on, Rebecca. So the next thing we're gonna talk about, one of the more like people, I think people are excited for the show. I'm actually looking forward to the show a lot. Is Marvel Zombies. Marvel Zombies, people. Yeah, so like we that was announced I think during the Disney press day last year. Which was a big thing that they're doing with Marvel Zombies. We learned a lot about Marvel Zombies. First things first, that it's actually coming out in 2024, so I have to wait 2 more years for this shit.
Did they say if this was a spinoff of that What If episode, or if it's its own thing?
I think it takes place in the universe of that episode. Yeah, it takes place in the universe of that episode, which makes sense. Because some of the zombies, which we're gonna see some of the photos of, were some of the zombies that they showed in that What If episode. So yeah, so it's being released in 2024, so we have a long ways to go. The more significant thing about it is what I was very surprised by, and I also thought was kind of bullshit because I was so mad about it a little bit. This is going to be the first TVMA Disney Plus show.
Oh.
Yeah. And so me, Rebecca. What have I been complaining about the most about Marvel in terms of some of the one Disney Plus show in particular, and the new upcoming Disney Plus movie that they're doing?
Not enough blood.
Yes, but my biggest thing is I always said Disney. I was afraid that I've been saying that Disney are a bunch of not. I don't want to use this word, but I kind of have to right now. They're a bunch of pussies. They're not. They're like Moon Knight. They said was one of the darker shows. Wasn't really that dark. It was, that should have been TVMA to make it more faithful and live up to more of the potential of the character. The upcoming Blade movie, that's going to be involving, it's dark, it's going to involve some fires. That it should be rated R. So the fact that Moon Knight was TV 14, and and it was what it was, and this is they're making an animated show, the first TVMA thing. It's kind of bullshit to me. I don't like that at all. What are your thoughts on that, Rebecca?
Well, I know I just asked if it was like spinning off the What If episode. If it is, I think that's a little disappointing because I feel like that wasn't one of the stronger episodes. Yeah. And this might be a hot take because I know a lot of people didn't really like Marvel Zombies when it came out. But I like the idea of like the zombie superheroes being like intelligent, or at least intelligent enough to like recognize that what they're doing is like
like in the comics,
but not being able to like stop anyway. I think that's like really compelling.
Yeah, that was one of the smart things that Robert Kirkman did in those comics. I agree.
So I imagine they'll change it for this show because just having like a standard zombie flick with like Marvel characters, I don't know how like interesting that's going to be. I don't know what's going to make it like different other than having like a Marvel skin on it.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see as this like develops what angle they kind of go for.
Yeah, I totally agree. Just to move along real quick because I also got some photos here. So there were some leaks of some of the characters that we'll be seeing in the Marvel Zombie show, and it's going to be in the same animated style as What If, obviously, because it comes because that episode that they had of Marvel Zombies was in that style. So here's the first photo here. I'm gonna also put it full screen so people can check it out. So obviously we get to see some Elena Belova on here. My wifey, shout out to wifey, Kate Bishop. Who I hope so Haley Steinfeld, my future wife is gonna be playing. Don't laugh, it will happen. But here's the interesting part, right? The fact that Randall Park's character from Ant-Man, Agent, I forget the agent's name. He was in Ant-Man. Ant-Man 2.
It's like Jimmy something, right?
Yeah, Agent Jimmy Woo. There we go. Agent Jimmy Woo is going to be in the show. I think that's pretty funny. So it's going to be voiced by Randall Park. And if you can see here, he kind of has like a little like Wastelander post-apocalyptic thing going on. And obviously the next one we got my guy Shang-Chi with the 10 rings. I think he has only one of the 10 rings, like one section. He only has 5 rings here. But being played by Simu Liu, I love this costume. Dope shit. To further on, we got the Death Dealer from Shang-Chi as well, which I think is really cool. And we got our boy, the Russian himself, Red Guardian. So it's gonna be played by David Harbour, who was in Black Widow. I loved him in Black Widow. I thought he was so fun. Even though I feel like we should have gotten more of him. Yeah, you were there for that review. We were there for that.
I had opinions about Black Widow.
Yeah. Link to that review up there in the corner. And here's the thing, Rebecca. You see this character on the right? Yeah. It's really hard to make out who it is. But I've been hearing that this is supposed to be a version of Kamala Khan.
Oh.
Yeah, but I can't tell. I honestly cannot tell.
I don't really get that in the design, but I have no idea who that's supposed to be.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is Kamala Khan. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that is her. If this is Kamala Khan, that's an interesting look. Maybe this is her as just like she's just. What if she was just normal? Like she doesn't even have the bangle, like that'd be I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting to take on it. But yeah, those are the characters that they're going to show off so far in the Marvel Zombie show. What are your thoughts overall, Rebecca, about the heroes so far?
I don't really have an opinion. It seems like they're trying to use more of the like newer characters that have been introduced. I think these are all Phase 4 characters, right?
Yeah.
Or not?
Well,
no, yeah. We're in Phase 4. Yeah.
Well, Jimmy Woo technically doesn't count because he was in Phase 3. So, yeah.
Okay, that's true.
So yeah,
it seems to me like they want to flesh out their cast, even if it's like AU.
Facts. But yeah, so we're moving on to the zombies part. Here's I thought the zombie cast was kind of wild, and then like it kind of made me worried, like, yo, how are these characters gonna survive this? But yeah, here's the new cast for the villains, the zombies. So we got the zombie Scarlet Witch, which we saw in What If, which I thought was really cool. I can't really make out who that is. Yeah, I don't know who that character is.
I'm not sure who the second and third from the left are.
The third one is Hawkeye.
Oh.
The third one is Hawkeye. As you can see, there are a bunch of arrows. He's literally a pincushion, which is hilarious. So like, I hope probably due to Kate Bishop. But yeah, that's supposed to be Hawkeye. Yeah, I don't know who that other character is supposed to be. But yeah, just to keep moving. The other one is a zombified Abomination. That I think is kind of wild. I think it's like in this photo, I think someone took it out, but one of the characters they put in here was a zombified Okoye from the Dora Milaje in Black Panther. So she's one of the zombies, but they don't have it. There's not an image for her here. A zombified Captain Marvel, super OP. This is too much. And we have half of a zombified Captain America, so Steve Rogers. But also here's another thing, right? Which I thought was hilarious. there's going to be a zombified Icarus in this from the Eternals.
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't find the image for it, but I saw it. I saw it in a video I was watching. Yeah, his design was cool because if you remember the Eternals are kind of like cyborgs in a way, so like they look golden. So like a lot of his like zombie parts are like kind of like gold. So like it looks really cool.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they shouldn't be zombies then if they're like robots, but okay.
They're like cyborg type weird. You know how Eternals were. It was a weird explanation, but yeah. What are your thoughts on this roster, Rebecca, for the zombies?
It seems like a lot for characters who are mostly like human.
Yeah. I'm really trying to look at like who that character is that I like that in the between Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch, but I can't.
Is that maybe Black Widow in like the white suit? It's also like weirdly saturated, this photo.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't think so. It's someone with, I don't know. Is there a villain that we know with brown hair or a hero with brown hair? I don't really know. Well, for people in the comments, if you know who that is, let us know because I have no fucking clue. But yeah, that's basically it for zombies. I don't know any other closing thoughts. Probably not.
No.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but it's the fact that you're making this TVMA and not Moon Knight and not potentially not Blade is kind of BS. All right, so moving on, people. So now we're gonna see a nice little return of a classic show. Now that Marvel has the rights to these characters. But yeah, Rebecca, we're talking about X-Men, man. X-Men 97. Like that. So this show is basically, because I remember we were talking about this off camera. Is this a reboot? Is this like a continuation? What is this? So this show is a continuation of the original X-Men, the animated series, the classic animated series that we love from the 90s. It is set to come out. I believe it's set to release fall 2023. So in about a little over a year. And the original cast is returning. Well, at least some of the original cast who are still alive. I know for a fact that actor who I believe plays Professor X passed away. The actor who played Cyclops passed away last year, so rest in peace to them. But all the actors returning who are with us still will be reprising their roles as the characters. So what are your thoughts on that? I'll put the image of the character sheet, the character roster, real quick. And what are your thoughts on this announcement, Rebecca?
I think for X-Men, like 90s cartoon fans, this is really cool news. I was saying before we started this, they will never do this because of the rights, but it'd be really cool to see this revival with other shows like Spectacular Spider-Man. And I guess you could do it with the other 90s cartoons too, because I feel like they're more beloved than some of the like more recent cartoons. Actually, you know what I want to see too?
What?
We need to bring back the Avengers Assemble show.
That'll be really dope. Wait, not
is it
Assemble.
Assemble?
No. Earth Mightiest Heroes. Earth Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah. Earth Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah, we don't talk about Assemble. That mistake. For X-Men fans, because obviously like they've made X-Men 97 comics in the past, which I heard were really good. They're actually making a new X-Men 90s comic that Fabian, our boy, shout out to Fabian, is writing. Fans of that version of the X-Men are definitely gonna love this. For me personally, I'm a fan of the X-Men animated series. I mean, it's a classic. I grew up watching it back on Jetix back in the day.
Shout out to Jetix.
Jetix. I loved it. So I definitely loved Gambit in that. Oh Lord, man, I loved Gambit. That made me a Gambit fan was X-Men 97. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. As you can see here, they're kind of doing an homage to the flat color art style, but obviously it's a lot more smoother, a lot more cleaner. And so yeah, I love it. And obviously we can see they did some moderations, some updates to the characters. For instance, Storm, as you can see, she has her original costume from the show, but she has the mohawk instead of the longer hair. Which I think is dope. But yeah, we got some Rogue, we got some Gambit, we got some Wolverine, we got some Cyclops, some Jubilee, some Storm, some Jean Grey, some Beast. Know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the designs, Rebecca? What are your thoughts on the designs?
I mean, if you showed me this the other day, I would have thought it was just straight from the cartoon, minus Storm's haircut.
Facts, right? They did a pretty good job of maintaining that art style and kind of cleaning it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to go on the next one real quick, the next slide, they also released that there's a new image of Magneto, and he's wearing his classic Magnus costume from X-Men 200, which is like, it's fine. I mean, I was never really a fan of this costume, but I mean, it was a 90s costume, so it makes sense why I would be in here. Wait, hold on. Is that my boy Seamus?
Oh my God! It's Himbo Magneto.
Everyone is our boy Seamus, man. Seamus, how you doing, bro? Thanks for joining us, man.
Right. I'm all right. Listen, I just got home and I get to look at Himbo Magneto. Oh,
There really is something kind of slutty about just his like upper arm showing.
It's literally, it's not comic accurate because in the comics they have like he's got side boob going on in this outfit.
That's true. He does.
They don't have the side boob.
But yeah, man, just we're just kind of like still doing the animation stuff. But
nice.
but yeah, so yeah, this is X-97. It's going to come, and actually, here's the thing: season 2 is already in development, so that's happening. So yeah, any Seamus, do you have any thoughts on X-97 now that you're here?
I just finished rewatching it
oh really? Okay.
The other day because I was like I didn't watch it since I was a kid because my mom used to like pirate that and like the 90s Hulk animated show, and those are the only 2 shows I watched as a kid. So I was like, oh, it's on Disney Plus, and I rewatched it and I was like thoroughly surprised with how good it was. Like, because I always was like, oh, it's good. So this is like probably the thing I'm most excited for animation wise, because they got everyone back, so like there's no way it's gonna be shit.
For sure. I mean, we were just talking about how like they modified, how much they cleaned up the classic art style, and it looks really good. So like
it's looking nice. I like how they kept everything pretty similar, just cleaned up.
Yeah,
I have a question for you guys, and I don't know if there's like an answer to this. Do you think that they're gonna adapt like stories that have happened in X-Men since then, or do you think they're gonna keep to their like 90s timeline?
I don't know.
I think they'll do like a little bit of both. Like they will adapt stories, but it might include different characters or like different stuff happening based off what happened in the show. I feel like that'd be the best route to go, because if they start just adapting storylines, you're gonna be like, okay, why are you introducing these like random people that, you know? No, you're like, oh, we're gonna get Zorn now. No, I don't want that.
True. Yeah, I also agree with him. As they probably will adapt, like do their own continuity stuff and like adapt some notable moments in the comics. So, yeah, I hope they do that. That'd be really dope. But yeah, looking forward to this coming out next year, fall 2023. Yeah, man. So Seamus, here's the thing. Now that you finally arrived, I told you beforehand we're gonna do like your own little stuff. We're gonna do a quick Seamus recap. The thing is, like,
I almost got pulled over.
You got pulled over.
I almost got pulled over. I was going like 10020.
You couldn't miss this podcast. It was too important.
I know.
Yeah, true. And the thing is, like, we didn't really get that far, like, because we started a bit late. So,
that's
like,
good. What
We've only covered the stuff that nobody cares about for Comic-Con, which is to say comics.
No. Listen, Spawn Batman is gonna be.
Okay.
It's art.
We'll
art right.
Okay, so I have notes here, so we'll go on my notes real quick, and then we'll go
rapid fire. I'll just give my thoughts on each of them. You just say
so first, Riddler Year One by Paul Dano.
That's probably gonna be good. Paul Dano's a really good writer. People underestimate Paul Dano as a writer. He's a fucking great writer. That's gonna be really, really good. And Matt Reeves is involved too. So
yeah.
I saw those like images of it, and I'm like, this is gonna be gas.
Yeah, we showed off the cover, and I'm not familiar with the artist, but he's like a Serbian artist, and this is like his first American debut. So his artwork looked incredible. So I was like, you know what, I'm on board. So yeah, word. So Seamus approves. Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I've been liking Dark Crisis, and then as soon as they said on Infinite Earths, and they're like, it's the true sequel, I was like, oh no. Oh no, because I just feel like I'm just like, this is gonna be another one, isn't it? Where I'm just gonna be sitting there like, God damn it, why can't we just get a normal story? I don't mind a Dark Crisis where they're like, I like the issues that came out, the Teen Titans one, that whole thing with Dick and Jonathan and like fighting Deathstroke. I was like, this is beautiful. I love it.
Shit,
and then as soon as they were like, it's actually on Infinite Earths and it's a sequel, I was like, no. go back, please. I liked it better when you're focusing on like 3 characters, and now like the multiverse is back, and you're like,
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been reading much DC lately, but I've been keeping tabs. I mean, I was telling Rebecca that like Joshua Williamson killed the Justice League, so now they're focusing more on the sidekicks, which is dope.
I have been reading that entire thing, and I really like it. I've been like,
Okay,
he
gotcha.
did it for a reason, and he's focusing on characters, and he's telling a story. He's not like, oh, here this event where we can like just like drum up a bunch of articles and stuff. He's like, hey.
Don't you love it when like they actually write a story into your comic books?
I know, like who knew that it would be great if people wrote a story instead of just being like, oh, here's an event I have an idea for. Another crisis. Sorry.
Yeah. If you like it, I'm definitely gonna check it out for sure. But it's a lot of reading to do.
It has the coldest Jonathan Kent moment I've seen in my entire life.
Okay.
Like I've been like okay with Jonathan, and I saw that one moment during there's this one issue that's literally about like the death of the Teen Titans, because like the Teen Titans are getting fucked up, and it's every Teen Titan like trying to fight at Titan's Tower, and it's Dick versus Deathstroke, and Jonathan has a moment where I was just like, I'm 100% on board with him as Superman for the rest of my life. He could be Superman, and I'd be like, listen, he had that one cool moment. Okay, I don't give a
Okay, word. All right, so you approve Dark Crisis? All right, I'll do
I like Dark Crisis. I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but I trust him. But like the title's throwing me for a bit.
Okay. All right, so Milestone stuff. So the Milestone Generations documentary that they're dropping on HBO Max.
I'm gonna watch the shit out of that.
Facts.
I just like Milestones, so like
See,
I'll put it on while I'm playing something and be like, oh.
This is what I mean. This is why Seamus, I'm meeting him like this. He knows what's up.
I just know I'm gonna watch it anyway. Like I'm gonna put it on and be like, this is sick.
Okay, Static Shadows of Dakota. The new Static.
That looks sick as fuck. That looks really fucking sick.
Ebon, bro. I was done.
He's here.
Dude. Whew. Okay. So that's.
I'm glad they built him up. I'm glad they built him up. Like
fast.
They were not like, hey, here's Emon immediately. I'm like, okay, we're getting him. He's coming.
Whew. Rebecca, get on that shit, please. Get on it, please.
Like crack, right. I swear to God, you're gonna be like just addicted to it the entire time.
I'll put it on my list.
Facts. All right, so obviously the one that you want to talk about the most, Spawn Batman.
Oh
Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, Rebecca Pulo.
Oh my God, it's happening. They canceled it. They can't kill Batman and Spawn. I was so listen. I remember I've just been seeing like just the images Greg Capullo released, and he's been dropping it. Like every once in a while he'll be like, "Hey, here's this image for this canceled Spawn Batman." Everyone would just go there and be like, "Why did you cancel this, Lord? Why did this happen?" And then today, the other day, when Jim Lee was like, "By the way, here's an announcement from them," and they just got up and were like, "Yeah, Spawn Batman, see ya." I was like,
"Yeah," because we talked about it like yesterday. Because when I sent you the video, I was like, "This is happening!" Like, because I remember when like McFarlane was like, "Oh, like I pitched this like Batman Spawn thing, and never really happened as a sequel to Frank Miller's nonsense." And it's just like, you know, the fact that it's actually happening, like, and like, because Todd, I said with Rebecca, Todd usually doesn't like do things with DC or Marvel unless it involves his toy company. Yeah. So
Todd is God bless him, but he is a lunatic businessman.
I think you can just say that he is a lunatic.
Yeah. He's always like, "Will this make me money? No, then don't talk to me." And you're like, "Okay, Todd."
Yeah. All right. So obviously we approve like Spawn Batman.
Dude, the art is gonna be like it's.
Capullo's gonna murder
all just paintings of this shit.
Dude, he's gonna murder that book, dude. And Capullo's my favorite Spawn artist. So it's all right. So obviously we approve. I don't know if you kept track with Eisner. I'm not gonna go through the whole Eisner list, but like, are there any Eisner awards that you checked out that you thought like, yeah, they deserve this, or what have you?
I thought for the most part they were pretty spot on.
For me, it was Bitterroot. Bitterroot deserved the hell out of it.
Yeah, that's true. I for the most part I was like, yeah, I can see why. You know what I mean? There were some I was like, oh, maybe that should have, but like I understand it.
Got you. Okay, word. Yeah, just we talked about that earlier. The nominees and the winners. All right, so when you're in video game territory, Gotham Knights, the Barbara Gordon thing. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm still iffy.
I know.
They keep saying like those buzzwords that I'm like, oh no, where they're like, oh, we have a roadmap. I'm like, oh no, It's level based RPG. I'm like, Jesus Christ, because they just keep getting flashbacks to like it's gonna feel like Destiny. It's gonna feel like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's gonna feel like Anthem.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like.
I was watching interviews today, and they were very vague about what they were talking about. So like,
Yeah,
I wasn't.
They're
Really
gonna
listening.
microtransaction the hell out of this game.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be like microtransaction-y, and if you don't use any microtransactions, every enemy is going to be like a bullet sponge, and you're going to be sitting there like.
Facts.
Whereas
But-
that's why I prefer Suicide Squad to Gotham Knights.
I'm surprised we didn't get anything from Suicide Squad this year.
I'm
For-
okay
It
with
got
that.
pushed back, didn't it?
I think
Yeah,
so.
it did. It did to 2024,
I'm
and
sorry, what?
or no, sorry, 2023. Wrong
Okay.
year. That was a different game. It got pushed back to like I think summer or
Yeah.
winter of next year. But
Gotcha.
I'm like, that's why I'm okay with that because they show a CG trailer and they're like, by the way, you're not going to hear from us for a while. Whereas Gotham Knights is like, we're making a game, I think, and it's like 5 months away from release, and you're like, oh no.
But did Barbara Gordon at least look good to you, or no?
The cosmetics are always gonna look cool. Like I'm like, oh, Barbara Gordon looks cool. I like the cosmetics. There's like one that looks like Cassandra Cain, and I'm like, oh, that's nice.
I see Rebecca. They got your girl in
It
there.
doesn't matter if she's not in the game.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying she should have been in the game because as much as I love Barbara, you could have easily put her as Oracle, and then
I love Barbara, but she is the worst of the three main
that's
Batgirls.
very true. That's very true.
Stephanie. Okay, so just moving on to Gotham Knights. Okay, this is a side thing. Multiversus adding Rick and Morty and LeBron.
I saw that. I watched an hour of Twitch specifically so I could get the Multiversus beta because I didn't want to pay for it. They're like,
Okay.
oh, you have to pay $40, and I'm like, I don't know if I like this, and I've been playing it, and I do like it.
Okay, so
LeBron is the funniest addition they could have added.
dude,
It's just like, hey, we got Space Jam. What if we just throw in LeBron?
I was like, why? Why? Like, I didn't watch that movie.
It's not even like they didn't even say Space Jam LeBron. They're literally like just LeBron.
Just LeBron.
Just fuck it, you know.
Okay, hear me out. There should be an ability in the game where it has like a radius negating effect or something, but everyone loses their hairlines.
I saw a tweet that said if your teammate goes on long enough of a losing streak, LeBron will switch teams. I fucking died at that tweet. I was like, "Oh, that's the funniest shit I've ever seen."
Man, they should do shit like that, man.
Just clown on LeBron. It'd be so.
I saw the gameplay. I haven't seen any the Rick and Morty stuff, but I heard
that's coming like after launch, and I saw that Rick and Morty are two separate characters.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They're not gonna be like, yeah.
Okay.
I will say though, I main Batman in that game. He has he has the coolest idle animation. Have you seen it? When he goes in the idle animation, he turns into a shadow and all you can see are his eyes, and he's like looming over, like he grows a little taller. It looks so cool, and I was like, that's the thing that made me when I saw this game. It was that and Iron Giant and Superman flying next to each other. Those are the two things where I'm like, oh, they give a shit about this game. I'm gonna buy it.
Got you.
So,
Okay.
It's pretty good.
So is the beta? It's closed right now? Is there any announcement for an open beta?
So yeah, the open beta I think is the 26th. You can just sign up and get a code, or if you watch Twitch and have your account linked to WB, you get after watching someone play it with drops on for an hour, you get a free code. So
facts. Okay.
I just put it on in the background while I was playing. I was replaying Arkham City, and I put it on in the background, and then I got the code, and I was like, all right.
Okay, gotcha. Word. All right. So animation territory. So what if season 2? What are your thoughts on what if season 2 and 3? I guess. Okay.
It's a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss show, and that's the nature of what if. But like, they'll probably be cool episodes. There'll probably be shit episodes that I'm like, I don't care. But for the most part, what if season 1? I waited till it was over and I binged it, and I was like, yeah, some of these are a little iffy.
All right. Okay. So it's a meant for you. Marvel Zombies.
Marvel Zombies, I am somewhat excited for. The TVMA rating is the thing that made me go, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
But didn't it sting a bit that an animated show is in a TVMA rating, but not Moon Knight or Blade?
Yeah, that was the thing where I was like, oh, and then immediately it hit me. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not gonna make Blade TVMA? Dude, his name's Blade. He's gotta cut people. Like,
listen, man.
Wow.
Rebecca, I said this last podcast. Fuck them kids, bro. Who
I-
cares?
Wait,
That's what I'm saying. You're not
can
raising
we
any.
place like an actual bet on if Blade will be PG-13 or like rated R?
Yeah.
Yes.
I still think they're gonna make it PG-13.
They might. But
So yeah. So Marvel Zombies, are you with it? You're down with the TVMA rating and all that?
yeah, I'll probably watch it. Jimmy Woo's outfit looked funny as fuck.
Okay. That's
He
basically
had like
it.
a Mad Max outfit and shit.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's
Tom
really funny.
Cruise as a main character, I'm down with.
So I mean, that's basically what we already talked
Yeah.
about X-Men '97. So
You're caught up now.
yeah, you're caught up.
Nice.
That was fun. That was nice. That was a little nice segue.
That was quick. Right.
So yeah, so now in terms of animation, more animation stuff, we're going to be talking about Spider-Man freshman year. So it's coming out in 2024, so 2 years away. And the most interesting about it is that it's out of continuity. It's not connected to the MCU, the main MCU continuity at all. So that was a surprising thing for me. But yeah, listen, love this. I love the art style they're going with. I love the Ditko like homage. I think it's gorgeous. And listen, man, I love like that type of style and that modern version. Obviously, I'm gonna put up some images. You see the logo here. You see the Peter Parker character sheet right here. Love it, man. It looks so cool. It looks so clean. I love it a lot.
It's very cute. I like it.
I like it. It's
Did
good.
they say if this is gonna be 2D or 3D?
It should be 2D.
2D, yeah.
Yeah, it should be 2D. From the looks of it, it's 2D. It's from 2D. So, yeah. But yeah, we got some nice little Peter Parker. I'm not sure if they confirmed if Tom Holland is voicing Peter or not.
They confirmed that he's not. They confirmed that
Ooh.
he said he couldn't be fucked to get in the booth for 2 hours.
Oh, what a
I don't think it's a big deal though if it's not even like the same universe.
That's not, yeah.
yeah.
So I was a little heated until they said it wasn't in the same universe, and I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah. But then you saw all the other pictures and you realized, yeah, no, this is so out of the box. That's not gonna be in the same universe.
Listen. If they get Josh Keaton instead,
That's true. Yeah, they could. That could be
that'll
a Spider-Man thing, Rebecca.
just got put on Netflix again. So like,
It's the last time we had a good Spider-Man show. We need to bring it back.
oh my god! And we had like 12 years of Drake Bell.
Yeah.
That was rough.
But they also could get the actor who voiced Tom Holland in What If, because Tom Holland didn't even voice Spider-Man in What If as well. But they got a guy the voice him, and he sounded pretty similar. So they could do that as well.
I don't even think they should try and go for a Tom Holland. Just make it different.
Just make it Josh Keaton. But yeah, but here's the most interesting part. I know me and Seamus, man, me and him are big Daredevil fans out here. Charlie Cox is reprising his role as Daredevil in this.
Dude, he's getting a bag. He's getting his bag. You see how many announcements he got today?
No,
don't spoil it for Mikey.
I'm
Don't
not gonna spoil it for you, but like I was sitting there like, God damn, they're giving him money. They're giving him money.
I got my notes for the Marvel section.
Really? Okay, well,
some fucking cashola. Disney's paying him out. But yeah, I'm glad. I love. He's so good.
Yeah, Seamus, me and you are Daredevil fans. But what do you think about this new costume? Because it looks like kind of like a mix of like the season 1 Netflix. And
I assume this is Daredevil year 2.
Yeah.
Like this is like in between, like his class. You know what I mean? Like his Frank Miller outfit and like his regular outfit, which I don't mind. It looks cool right now.
Yeah. So
wait, no. Oh, it just made I just got the ick really badly because it reminded me of the Shadowland outfit, and I just got like bad vibes in my head where I just looked at it. I'm like, oh no, wait, that's Shadowland Daredevil. That's disgusting.
Oh my god, no, Seamus, please don't make me.
I'm sorry, I just ruined them for you, but I was like, oh no, it's the.
Well, listen, I'm still happy he's getting a bag, so there's that, and obviously we got some. I didn't know about this. This was new to me. But when I was finding images, Doctor Strange is gonna be in this, and he looks like Ditko Doctor Strange, dude. I love it.
Dude, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's his goofy little mustache.
It's very good.
He looks so dope.
I'd say in this entire show, my favorite part is probably the colors. Like they just look so
the color palette is fantastic.
Yeah. I really hope this one's actually well animated because Disney has a pattern of just producing cartoons for Marvel that look like shit.
They're like sideshows sometimes where you're like, oh. Like that new Spider-Man one, like the adjectiveless one, that animated show. It's like I remember scrolling through it, being like, "What are they adapting?" And my mind was blown when I was like, "Is that Null?" Like I was sitting there like, "No way!"
Did they actually?
They did like Spider-Verse. They did fucking like
Yeah,
they had,
isn't Miles in it?
Miles is in it. Spider-Gwen's in it. Fucking
It's like all the Spider
Superior
people.
Spider-Man. They did
They all go to like
Superior
school
Spider-Man.
together.
And I was sitting there looking at the slideshow in utter awe that these storylines are getting treated with the like, I'm going to stand there far away and talk. And he has his mask on the whole time so they don't have to animate his mouth. So a lot of the scenes are him standing there. It's just a screen. Like it's nothing's moving, nothing. He's just standing there talking. I'm like,
Wow.
we could
Okay.
have gotten Null with cool animation, but we didn't.
Okay.
Marvel
well,
has never had good animation.
Yeah, it's kind of sucks, which is I hope X-Men.
There are like a few exceptions
Well-
to them having good
well-
animation. It's like the 90s stuff in
Mhm.
Spectacular Spider-Man and Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
well, I would say the stuff in house because I remember growing up watching Ultimate Avengers and that animation's pretty fire.
Okay, Ultimate Avengers was
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
that was different. They went with the anime style, which I think every animation should go for.
But yeah, just moving on. So we got some costume reveals. This little like year one costume.
I was not vibing with that.
It looks a little bit too much, but you know, I don't know. They
okay.
could have simplified it.
I want to know where he got a jersey with his logo on it.
Yeah.
I hope his aunt made that for him.
I think
Like
yeah.
I was like, where did he get like his own like merch?
We need a plot line where Aunt May gets a cricket machine.
Oh my, that'd be hilarious. He's
All
trying
right,
to
yeah,
sew
so-
him a suit.
We got this cool little costume. It's okay, but here's the thing, Seamus, man. The
Yes.
Spider-Man fan in me
Yeah.
saw these new costumes that we
Oh,
got. Dude, we're getting
Lord!
slingers, baby.
Oh
We're
Lord!
getting slingers, bro.
Look at that! Oh my God!
Yo, I was so shocked. I was like, we're getting slingers. I was like, let's go.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I thought I was tripping. I was sitting
Yeah,
there
so
like, no
obviously-
way.
Obviously, we got the classic Spider-Man suit. We got the Future Foundation kind of looking.
Which is like, are we
dude.
getting Fantastic Four?
I don't know, maybe
We got
it's
Future
possibility.
Foundation because like,
Yeah. But okay, so Rebecca, since you're not really familiar with who the Slingers are, they're this really, really, really low-key team that were modeled after kind of Spider-Man. Spider-Man kind of were these members at one point. But there's a character called Prodigy, who's the yellow guy on the right. Then the guy, I forget the other guy's name, guy on the left. Shavy's got to help me out with this because it's been a minute since I read Slingers.
oh, was that fuck? Oh, why am I forgetting his name? Everyone
Dragonfly.
forgets his name. It's the Slingers. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, Dragonfly is another guy, but I didn't see Ricochet. That's the thing that kind of bothered me because I think Ricochet's design is cool as fuck. But yeah, there's some of the costumes. I think it's hilarious that we're getting like Slingers of bro.
It's
so
insane.
funny.
It's a fucking. They're literally using. This is the correct bottom of the barrel to use. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like when Sony was like, "Hey, we got an El Muerto film or whatever." You know what I mean? You're like that is the wrong bottom of the barrel. But when Spider-Man freshman year is like, we have the Slingers, I'm like, yes,
okay.
there we go.
But to moving on, some of the other cast, some of the characters that we got here. Rebecca pointed out to me that one of the characters here is Nico Minoru from the Runaways. Who I love that character to death. Yeah, the one right next to Peter, the goth chick.
Is she gonna be Gwen?
I don't know, maybe.
I get Gwen vibes from her. That's why I'm guessing. And there's the
Yeah.
guy on
Apparently,
Peter's-
they're like best friends in this show.
is the football guy gonna be Flash or Harry?
I think it might be Harry.
I thought it was Harry because I'm like that guy looks like he looks too happy and nice to
Yeah.
be Flash.
either that the football player is Flash or Harry, or maybe the guy on the right, all the way in the right with the green looking deal is probably Harry.
I hope he's Flash and they're just doing like the MCU version of Flash where he's just like, I know better than you, and you're like, oh god.
Yeah, it would be funny to make Harry a dumb jock and make him more of a disappointment in Norman.
Yeah,
So,
it'd be funny if like Harry was like just a himbo and he's standing around just like, I don't know anything about science, but I throw this ball real good. And then Flash is the complete opposite, where he's like this uber smart, like I know I'm so much better than you. Peter, your intellect is not as good as mine. And Harry's just like, man, why don't you relax, please?
yeah, man.
I feel like that's a good dynamic switch. Like they're the same characters in essence, but like their like details are switched, which is cool.
Here's the thing that shocked me though. So the kid right next to Harry, or Harry, we'll say the jock Harry on the left with the lab coat, that's my boy Amadeus Cho.
Yeah.
Because he's all green, and I'm just like, yo, we're getting freaking Braun, bro. Let's go. I love that.
I hope we don't get totally awesome Hulk ever. God
Yeah.
bless.
It would make more sense if we got like Braun, like the current version. I think
Yeah, Braun, I'm okay with, but like totally awesome Hulk was a rough. Like,
yeah, word.
get a
But
rough
these other characters, I have no idea. Like,
I'm
who they
guessing
are.
half this time. Like,
I think
They
they
look
put them out
cool.
at some point, but I don't have the list.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. But I think the roster looks very nice. Again, the art style. Yeah, like I like this cool art style that they're doing.
yeah, it looks cool.
But yeah, it's moving on to the villains part. Yeah, so we got some Doc Ock, some Scorpion,
Chameleon right there.
Chameleon. Yeah. I couldn't really make out some of the other ones. I don't know if I thought maybe the guy on the left next to Doc Ock is Shocker. I'm not really sure. But I mean, listen, they look cool. It might be that like Doc Ock looks like the classic Doc Ock from like the Ditko era, so that's really dope. But
Yeah.
I like how square they made some of the heads.
Yeah.
Facts. But yeah, I didn't get this picture. I couldn't find it, but we also got the reveal of Norman Osborn. I think me and Shay were talking about this yesterday. They made Norman Osborn a black dude, which is listen, I'm for it. I'm for black Norman Osborn. And I think Seamus, you want to talk about what our theories were, but like we were like, what if they make these two actors to play?
I was saying, if this is like the MCU origin, like let's say they transferred this origin to the MCU, and they're like it's pretty similar, but there's a couple changes. I said the voice I want, and also the live action if they ever introduce him of the MCU Norman Osborn. I said I wanted it to be Keith David so badly.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I said I wanted either Keith David or Andre Brower, the guy, the police captain
from
Brooklyn
Nine-Nine.
I feel like those two could easily do like Norman Osborn, and they would knock it out of the park.
And I said, if they get Andre Brower to be live action Norman, he has to stay monotone the entire time. Like,
yes. Even when he's Green Goblin, he has to still be monotone.
Just imagine just freaking Andre Brower calling Harry Disappointment just in a monotone like voice. That would be hilarious. But yeah, here's that little screenshot of Norman. I mean, listen, that makes me think that like the kid that's on that character sheet on the green might be Harry. But
so did you hear what they're changing too about like the role Norman's gonna play?
No.
Like Norman is taking the Tony Stark role now. So like Norman is like Peter's close friend and mentor now. Of like he's the one who's like who like encourages him to build the Spider-Man stuff and do all that.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that's cool because it's gonna make when he becomes Green Goblin a little shittier.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would really like dig the knife in. But yeah, I like that. That's actually a cool take. But yeah, here is Black Norman, guys. It's great. But
the ginger community is not going to be happy about this one.
No, I can already see certain people saying, "Why are we blackwashing Norman Osborn?"
But you know what Seamus pointed out to me though? It was so great. Yo, Norman's been rocking waves since day one.
That's what I said. I said Norman's got the waves. He must have a do-rag somewhere. And tell me he won't look clean with the green velvet suit and a purple do-rag.
Dude,
he would look sick as fuck.
I gotta make some art for that. Not gonna lie.
I just think it's funny that people who complain about like ginger characters keep being replaced by like black actors.
That's hilarious because I want them to keep doing it just to see how hard they complain about it. Because it's like, you guys really care about gingers that much?
Yeah.
You guys really sit there going like, man, there's not enough ginger rep.
That Spider-Man, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know about y'all. I'm definitely looking forward to this for sure.
I'll watch it. They already announced the season 2 too. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, which I was like, I hope it's good enough to warrant that.
Yeah, I hope it's watchable.
But it would be really good though if Josh Keaton was like the surprise voice actor.
Oh, that would be so good if they're like, yeah, we got. But I think it's probably going to be the same kid they got for What If and stuff like,
Yeah.
He's good, but like he's just doing Tom Holland, and I don't.
Facts.
I'm like, please do your own version.
Facts. But yeah, so moving on to the last thing for Marvel Animation. This is kind of basically gonna be brief, but the whole I Am Groot shorts. They dropped a trailer for that. Anyone check this out?
Yeah, I saw the trailer. It feels. I'm probably gonna again put it on in the background and giggle at it and be like, "Oh, I love that little baby boy Groot."
I didn't.
You know?
I was surprised that it was more like a more realistic like 3D render. I thought it was gonna be more like just like a simple like 3D animated like cleaner style. But yeah, I was surprised it looks like how it does in the movies. So
Yeah.
I'll watch it. Yeah, I'll put it in the background.
Mhm.
Rebecca, what are your thoughts on I Am Groot?
I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
It looks fine. I don't care.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, people, that's basically it for the Marvel stuff. But yeah, just to move on now to more of the some of the brief animated stuff that I noticed. So Avatar Studios had a thing that they had their own little panel that they had at San Diego Comic-Con. And Rebecca, this is news to you. I don't know if you knew about it. Seamus
I've heard about this.
Yeah, but that they are releasing a new
soul.
Yeah, so for
That's what we got.
that they're releasing a new animated film in the Avatar universe, and it's going to be the adult Avatar gang as adults. And I am so excited for this. I was waiting for this shit ever since we saw flashbacks in Korra. So now they're gonna take the opportunity to like fill in the gaps, and so we can see what Sokka and Toph and Zuko were like, and Aang and Katara. I'm so excited for this. What are your thoughts on this announcement, guys?
I'm probably gonna cry like a baby when I see it in theaters. I'm probably just gonna be sitting there like I'm gonna hear the music again. I'm gonna be like, God damn, this shit means something to me, man.
Or is this like straight to streaming?
This is in theaters.
Is it gonna be in theaters?
Yeah, it said it's gonna. I remember reading it. It said they're gonna have a theatrical release for it because.
Oh my god!
Well, I mean, there's enough Avatar fans that it would probably make some money, you know.
Yo, yeah. Marvel, like alumni Marvel trip to watch the Avatar movie.
Oh my god, that'd be so good.
I'm so down. But yeah, it's coming, as you can see in the image, coming out in 2024. I mean, listen, man, we love Avatar. We grew up watching Avatar. Love, Mike DiMartino, and I forget the other guy's name, but I'm looking forward to watching this for sure, man, for sure.
I am not looking forward to the Netflix adaptation, however. They're still going ahead with that shit.
Yeah, man.
Isn't that supposed to like drop soon?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, they've been filming.
I hope Netflix drops it soon.
Yeah, they've been filming and stuff. So who knows?
This is gonna be my. I mean, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, the Netflix." I'm gonna be sitting here like, "Nah, I'm in theaters, bro. I'm seeing the good shit."
Yeah,
it does suck though that they did change it from a Kyoshi movie to this, but
yeah.
I thought they were still doing the Kyoshi movie.
Yeah, they announced They said that the Kyoshi one was going to be first, I think, but they still announced like they're doing like 3 or 4 movies, so it'll probably be one of the other ones.
I just realized we're probably gonna see Suki again. I love Suki. Oh shit!
You know who we're gonna see? The fucking cabbage vendor. He's coming back. He's gonna come back for a bit.
We gotta see how this man got a freaking like statue dedicated to him in New Boxing Day. So yeah, we obviously we all approve. This gets the cosign.
Do you think the Boulder's coming back?
I would cry.
Do you think they got Mick Foley to come back to do the Rock again?
The Boulder has returned. I love the Boulder, dude. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this. Now just to move on real quick, to like another thing that small, not really small, but a little announcement I noticed that Primal is getting a season 2. The trailer dropped for Primal. Here's the thing, right? I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice because I'm the biggest Jenny Tartakovsky fan. Love Samurai Jack.
Primal's good.
Yeah, but I haven't watched Primal yet, man. I haven't watched it, and I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice as a fan. So
I've seen like a bunch of clips on YouTube, and it's really well animated.
It's good. There's no dialogue, so it's all like visual, physical storytelling, which is really interesting. Because it's literally like because they don't speak English back in
they do like grunts.
Yeah, it's literally like you'll just hear like some grunts and stuff, and it's all visual stuff. So I thought that's what out of Gennady Tartakovsky's other like shows and stuff, those were what he excelled at, was just the visuals and like no dialogue. That scene where Grievous just fucks up all those Jedi when he's first introduced, that's art right there. So
got you. Yeah, no, that's his Clone Wars is my favorite Clone Wars, hands down, because I love that. I love his style so much.
Oh Lord.
But I peeped the trailer a little bit. I mean, I obviously got kind of spoiled it for myself, but it's okay. Listen, man, I will support anything this guy does. He's a genius. You know, I love the animation style for Primal, and yeah, I guess obviously, Shane, you say it's great. I mean, Rebecca said you saw some clips of it. So I'll definitely check it out for sure when it comes out. But yeah, any other thoughts on Primal season 2? Going forward,
Instant watch.
Okay, gotcha. Here's the thing. This is kind of I don't know if y'all knew about this. Kind of like a really brief announcement I saw. But Seamus, I don't know if Rebecca is familiar with it, but you know that Seamus, are you familiar with Keanu Reeves?
BRZRKR got an anime, motherfucker.
An anime.
I saw that. I read the first 3 issues of it.
So did I.
And I was like, this is like Keanu, God bless Keanu, but he is writing himself like a starring role in a movie right now.
Yeah.
like it's really good, and I really like it. And I think an anime specifically, it fits it perfectly, because I'm like, he's doing stuff that is too crazy that anyone would want to budget in a movie. But he's also doing stuff that you can't just like regularly animate. Like, you need someone who like can go like a little crazier. So I think that it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
he's also starring in it, isn't he? He's voicing.
I hope so. I mean, here's the thing. Let's give a little backstory. So also because Rebecca doesn't know what the fuck this is, but it's so basically BRZRKR is a comic book that Keanu Reeves co-writes with Matt Kint, who's a known writer in comics, great writer.
Okay.
And it's drawn by one of my favorite artists who I actually had a chance of meeting once, Ron Garney. And this was under Boom Studios. And it's basically about an immortal that's lived like 80,000 years, and basically like how much he wants to die. Basically, really dope. It's like a very action-packed book. Ron Garney kills the art. In the series.
It looks.
I like how it's straight up Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
on
Keanu
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, he wrote, like, he's drawn in it, and it's also like he's writing it. So I'm like, this man just wants to star in this movie. Someone give him money to star in this
pick up his script.
Yeah, I really like it. I gotta get back on it, but the first 3 issues were.
Yeah, I also read only just the first. I haven't continued. But I was really enjoying it, and the fact that it's getting anime. Do they know where? Do you know where it's going to be put on Netflix or on?
I'm not quite sure, but I thought it might have been Netflix, because I think it was Netflix, because I remember people were a little trepidatious because of the way that Part 6 of JoJo's being released, because that's like the only other Netflix anime that they're doing right now.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh no, are they gonna like drop like 3 episodes at a time, or like 4 months apart?" But yeah,
listen, I think Netflix would be a great place for it for sure.
Yeah,
it feels like something that would be on Netflix.
So yeah, that's just a quick announcement that I want to talk about. So we're done with animation, finally. So now we're gonna be talking about TV show announcements that they dropped. There's actually a pretty good TV slate that happened that they dropped. So yeah, just to get right into it. So I don't really want to talk about this, but like I guess we gotta talk about it. So The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead had a huge panel. I think today, I believe. Talking about like the final seasons, but the final episodes for the season. And I heard it was very emotional. People were in their feelings. And man, it's just The Walking Dead is coming to an end. But we're not talking about that right now. We're gonna talk about some of the announcements that they dropped. One announcement that they dropped that I think I'm going to watch, because I haven't watched Walking Dead since season 7. I kind of stopped after that. But this new series that they dropped, that they announced, known as Tales of the Walking Dead, which is going to be their new anthology that they're dropping. And I'm looking forward to it. It comes out, I believe, this year, and it is a new anthology series that's going to be on Amazon. That's going to be on AMC. And it stars Terry Crews, Olivia Munn, Jesse T. Usher from The Boys, and Parker Posey. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this announcement of this new Tales of the Walking Dead anthology, people?
I caught the trailer on TV the other day, and it was like the first Walking Dead thing that I actually looked up, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty interesting, and it looked fun. So I was like, because I also like. I think it was season 8 is when I stopped, and I was like, I can't do it. I couldn't be asked to do it anymore.
There are very few Walking Dead fans who stuck with the show all the way.
They're like
through. We all
zombies at
gave
this-
up at some
They're like
point.
they are like zombies at this point. They're just mindlessly like, I gotta get up and watch the new season. And you're like, dude, you can stop. You don't. Have to.
It just hurts because I know if they didn't have all the filler, it could have stayed strong. You know.
Yeah, like the comic was strong, and all they had to do was just follow the comic. It was there, like. But
Yeah.
Rick left and all that. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Tales of the Walking Dead looks interesting and fun, and I like all those actors, so I'll probably watch the first couple episodes.
Because I think Walking Dead kind of works when it's an anthology. Like I remember when Telltale had their own little thing that they did when they had like an anthology episodes of the
like every couple episodes it would switch protagonists or whatever.
Yeah,
I also feel like with an anthology, you can get away with a lot of cool ideas that wouldn't make for like a cool, like longer storyline. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, listen, man, it's coming out. I'm gonna definitely be watching it. Love those actors, so definitely be on the lookout for that. So yeah, obviously the next one is Isle of the Dead. This I think I'm also gonna check out as well because this focuses on Maggie and Negan in New York.
They made a whole show. Negan was so good. They're like, hey, we're giving him his own show where fucking Jeffrey Dean Morgan can just sit there and just do whatever he wants. And I'm like, listen, I'm in. You just described like a dream show for me.
Yeah, man. Even though I stopped at season 7, I thought Jeffrey Dean Morgan was still a phenomenal Negan because I love that character. Yeah. So you know, I'm even though like I feel like I have to watch what like the rest of the show though to catch up with this, but I'm definitely gonna watch it because
you can just read the wiki articles. I'm
sure.
Yeah,
literally just scroll through the wiki and like you can and whenever they have a quote from Negan, you just hear Jeffrey Dean Morgan's voice and you're like, yeah, that's exactly what you'd say.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, I like. Listen, he's my main in Tekken 7.
I forgot he was in Tekken 7.
Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, his best role was Negan in Tekken 7.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this. It's probably gonna be fun. We're at least gonna get a couple good Negan clips we can use for memes. You know.
That's true. Yeah. So there's that. Rebecca, will you be checking this out, or are you gonna skip it?
I'd maybe check out Tales. I don't know. It's been so long. If I can hop back into The Walking Dead, like with the main cast.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's that. So we're gonna be going. So now, like obviously, like The Walking Dead final episodes. I don't know how many episodes are left. I don't know if anyone else knows how many episodes.
I thought this show ended years ago, so
sure.
I can't even.
I was just about to say I don't think anyone cares.
I mean,
I think there's 5 people who care. I don't think any of them watch the show. I think they're all stuck watching Walking Dead.
If Alec is out there, this one's for you.
Alec is out there. I messaged him. He was on Discord. I told him to come through if he wants, but I guess he's not. He's still a bit busy. Listen, we have time. Yeah. I mean, listen, the show's finally ending after how many years of being on air? Almost over a decade at this point. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was in middle school when I started watching this.
Yeah, I was like in elementary. I was just ending elementary school. And I'm finishing college.
Yeah, man.
It's gone too long.
And the worst part is I still stand by this. The first episode of the show is still the best episode.
That's true. That's so true.
Yeah.
I was literally like, is there? Nah.
There are good episodes, but that first episode was just so good.
Yeah. There are good moments, but they're not. The episodes themselves are not strong. Like I get Negan like murdering all those people in the lineup was cool, but it also took place in between 2 seasons, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like this is the end of season of whatever season it was, and the beginning of the next season was that scene.
Yeah,
as cool as it kind of sucked that they just split it up.
That's true, yeah.
The first episode was good, and
I will say this though, my favorite moment in The Walking Dead, just to reminisce, is when Carl ate all that pudding. That was great. When Negan made Carl spaghetti and had to freaking brag to Rick, being like, "Yo, I made your son spaghetti, bro."
He's so out of pocket in that show. I love it.
I love it.
Literally, just like such a prick, and I'm like,
yeah. And also Glenn's death, because Glenn's death.
I stopped a few episodes after that. That was like the breaking point for me.
Yeah, Glenn's death is one of my favorite moments in the comics because when I read it in high school, I never saw it coming. And Glenn's my favorite character in Walking Dead. So like seeing them accurately do it as accurate to the comic, I was like, yo, bro. I was like, I love this so much, especially when Negan's like, yeah, that's it. Taking it like a champ. It just beats the shit out of him. I love it, bro.
That's Negan's like finisher in Tekken 7.
Dope.
It's literally he like hits you in the knee and you get on your knee, and then it's from the point of view of like the character, and he says that line and then he hits you in the head, and I'm like, what? They
That's
make me
so
cry every time I use that one because
That's
I'm
so
like,
good.
God damn, we lost Glenn.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, listen, we have our memories with the show. Will we miss the show?
No.
Yes and no. I mean,
No,
for me, it's
we
yes and no.
It's bittersweet, but
Yeah.
mostly just bitter at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, you're just like.
But I
please.
will say this though, that I was watching the IGN coverage. They had the cast, some of the cast on talking about The Walking Dead. The guy who was doing the reporting, he straight up cried because I guess he's a Walking Dead fan. He's like, "Oh, I love this show so much. Like it meant so much to me." He cried on air. I thought it was fake, but it was legit. He legitimately cried on air, and I was like, "Wow."
It's not
Batman
political.
could never get that info out of me. He could never make me admit I'm a Walking Dead fan to this day.
but yeah, so the final episodes, that's gonna be a thing. I think it comes out like this year. And also the big news that came out was that everyone was talking about, oh, we want a Rick Grimes film, but instead we're getting a Rick and Michonne spinoff limited series.
This is the one I'm most likely to watch, probably.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this announcement, guys?
I hope and I think they put their A team on this one, because this is probably going to be even more important than the final episodes. It sucks to say, but I think this is going to be the one that everyone's going to consider like the finale.
Yeah, it also feels kind of like a cop-out to say, like, these are the final episodes, and then there's 2 different spin-offs with characters.
I mean, there's like 4 spin-offs right now, because they have, like, Beyond the Walking Dead,
Tales of the Walking Dead.
What the fuck is Beyond the Walking Dead?
Who knows? I don't think anyone watched that show.
And then there was that other, like, spin-off, too, where it was, like, on the West Coast or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to look this up, because I feel like, Fear the Walking Dead, Walking Dead World Beyond, Tales of the Walking Dead, and then that one, the Negan one, and then the Rick and Michonne spinoff. So there's technically 5 right now.
Yeah, man.
You know what? Good for Kirkman, because he probably cashed like a huge check this year.
He's cashing that. He's cashing Invincible, and then he's probably cashing Marvel Zombies too. They're giving him like what? Does he need that?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
You can buy like a 5th yacht with all that money.
Yeah. I love Andrew Lincoln. I love Denai Guerrera as the character. So listen, I'll watch anything with them at this point. So
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it, to this series. So it's a thumbs up for me. But yeah, any other thoughts on all the Walking Dead stuff? Just farewell.
I don't want to talk about it anymore, because I'm so done with it. I'm literally.
Right.
It's a zombie of a show. Someone just needs to put it down.
Yep.
So obviously, to move on from Walking Dead stuff. So one of the big announcements they dropped was the Lord of the Rings of Power show on Amazon Prime. I think it's like, I'm gonna say this right now, off rip. I've never seen Lord of the Rings. Look at me crazy.
What did you just say to me?
Hannah did the same thing. She did the same thing. I didn't care. All right.
I've seen the first one. I've seen none of the other ones. I also don't care.
No one out. Oh my god.
Yeah, so Seamus, bro.
I was a Star Wars kid. We didn't watch fantasy in my home.
Oh my god.
So here's the thing, though, right? Seamus, I watched the trailer though. I'm still intrigued by the show. That means I have to watch everything beforehand, though. But
what the prequel? So you could go in. You just it might be a little too. I feel like it's gonna be one of those prequels that you could watch first, but you might get like brain blasted with how much information you're getting.
Yeah,
because it's stuff that they have said and explained throughout the other like pieces of media that's all coming together, and they're squishing down about like 1,400 years of the timeline into about like a year span or something.
Yeah,
because like all these characters, their time, like their age spans are so long that they're like, well, like we could squish this down because we don't want to be like this event takes place 500 years after the last episode, and they all look the same, and you're like, why not just say it took place like a month ago or something? So I think they're like,
Seamus, is this between like The Hobbit and the first Lord of the Rings?
This is like thousands of years before them.
Okay.
So it's about the Rings of Power being forged and like the different parts of Middle Earth, like getting the rings, and then I think it's also about they cast So I replayed Middle Earth, Shadow of War, and Shadow of Mordor recently.
Gotcha. Oh, those
And,
games are good.
oh, they're so good. And that's what made me hype for this. And then I rewatched Lord of the Rings, and I got even more hype. And the elf that's in the spirit elf that's in the Middle Earth games, Celebrimbor, is like he got cast in the show, and he is the elf that forged Sauron's One Ring. So I think a lot of people, including me, think that this is going to eventually be like a little secret, like Sauron origin story, where like it's gonna start like, oh, the rings of power, how are they gonna split it up among the kingdoms? And then slowly you're gonna see like this one elf be like, forge this one ring for me, please. And then he's gonna like, come to power.
Got you. Okay. So as a Lord of the Rings fan, I can tell you're very, very excited to watch this.
I'm excited. Just the idea of Daddy Bezos throwing $1 billion at Lord of the Rings.
Nah.
I'm like, listen, as
and
bad
as it shows, because I thought this was a movie when I was watching.
Yeah,
the
I'm like, listen, as bad as the script may be, if it is bad, I'm a little iffy on if it's gonna be bad or good. It's at least gonna look really fucking cool. So I'm gonna get some cool wallpapers out of it.
Dope. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna maybe watch it. I gotta probably watch through all the movies.
You really need to. They're like, because I know a lot of people are like, they're the greatest pieces of media on earth.
Yeah,
I'm like, they kind of are. Like, I know a lot of people hype up Star Wars, and I was always like, even as a
Star Wars is not the best movie ever, and I say that as a Star Wars.
Fans of Star Wars will hype up like the original trilogy, like they're the great, they're so good, and then you watch me like, they're fun, but like Lord of the Rings is actually, it's that good. You don't think it's that good until you watch it, and then you're sitting there, and it's one of the only movies that I've been actively sitting there being like, this is one of the greatest films I've ever seen, and it's not over yet.
Wow. You know what? I'll probably watch with my father because I'm getting my father in Star Wars right now. So after Star Wars, I might go to Lord of the Rings. So
don't watch The Hobbit. Read The Hobbit.
Okay.
Don't watch it because
but you can watch like the first one, but you can't watch anything after that, right?
No, yeah, even the first one's good, and then just imagine them getting there. Because the first one ends with like, oh, we still have this journey left, and then in your head, just imagine like they got there and they did it, and that's it. Because the next one's Five Armies was so ass. It was literally an hour and a half shitty fight scene that I was like, Lord, end this fucking film.
All right. Well, okay. So Seamus approves, people. So look out for that. The next one, I don't really have much to say on it because I haven't watched the show in years, and people overhype the show a lot. But Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, the Targaryen spinoff that they're doing.
Poor Matt Smith. Oh God, listen, he just God bless him. My man just cannot pick a role for the life of him.
Yeah, man. We just
came off of Morty.
Yeah, we talking about Morty.
He did people forget he did that one. What was it? Terminator Genesis. He looked.
Oh my God, he did.
Yeah, he was in it for 5. He was in the worst Terminator movie for 5 minutes, looking goofy as fuck.
That was.
He was in the worst. He was in the worst Marvel movie ever, looking goofy as fuck. And now he's in probably going to be one of the worst Game of Thrones related media, looking goofy as fuck yet again. And I love him, but like, get a new agent, please.
Yeah. I thought Game of Thrones fans gave up after the last season.
Yeah. Apparently it was very bad.
People were hype. I saw like the footage of Hall H during the Game of Thrones panel. And it was so funny because whenever they would talk about TV shows, people were like, and then George R.R. Martin would be like, hey, do you guys like the books? And everyone was just like, fuck yeah, we love the books. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, I remember he mentioned Elden Ring and everyone started cheering. And it was like, it's so funny that this little game he did where all he did was give out names is way more liked than like this show that like made $1 billion for HBO or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch this. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just straight up not interested in this anymore.
I mean, yeah,
I'm not gonna watch it, but I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
I mean, I was kind of done since season 3. I watched season 3 when it was up to season 1 to 3 when it was airing as like the 11, 13-year-old, which was not a good idea. Yeah, I stopped ever since then, like years ago. I didn't really.
Were you sitting there like, damn, is this what Europe's really like?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I'm like, wow, this is what white people back then went through. Wow, that's crazy. But I mean, it's popular, I guess. I mean, I'm not checking this out,
I
man.
just feel like it's so unnecessary. It's like this and Walking Dead are like on the same level of me. I'm like a purely unnecessary show that no one really likes anymore, getting way too many spin-offs that I don't care about. Like,
Yeah.
you can let it be over. You don't have to keep milking a thing that died while it was being milked last time. Like,
yeah, those Game of Thrones Funko Pops aren't going to sell anymore. It's not going to work.
right?
Yeah, true. But
Dude,
yeah.
like the last season was so bad, the writers literally got kicked off of Star Wars. Like you can't make that shit up. So I don't know why they're trying to be like, oh, here's a spinoff, by the way, that we spent like $1 billion on.
It was really funny though that it had like the biggest show of all time for a while, and they just dropped the bag so hard everyone forgot about it.
I was talking about this the other day. It is impressive how no one talks about it anymore.
Yeah.
Like I remember like that time period when like it was like 2015, you couldn't get away from hearing about it at all.
A Game of Thrones episode or whatever.
Like
yeah.
now, you're like no one talks about it. Even when they're talking about greatest shows of all time, does not come up. You always hear like Sopranos, The Wire, Breaking Bad, all that shit.
No one's even
like,
rewatching this shit.
Yeah,
I bet people
no
are rewatching Entourage more than Game of Thrones.
Kind of hilarious. I'm watching Marky Mark come on screen going, "What are you guys doing?" And apparently that's a better show than fucking. Oh.
But listen, man, just to close off, I'm not really looking forward. I'm not really gonna watch this. I mean, I don't even think anyone, as you said, like I actually noticed that people were not talking about this too. Like it just Game of Thrones in general after the last season.
The only things I've seen of it is like articles just reporting on it. Like I've not seen anyone on Twitter be like, "Yo, the House of the Dragon's gonna be hype, bro." All this articles just being like, yeah, "It's happening." I don't know what to tell you.
I'm sure there's like 2 delusional Matt Smith stands out there who are like, "Yay, Game of Thrones."
There's 2 people who meme too hard on Morbius and now unironically like Matt Smith. Who are like, "Oh, maybe I should watch House of the Dragon."
I mean, yeah. So it's a thumbs down for me, probably for everyone else in this on with me. So who cares? So next up, in terms of the shows, there's a show that's coming out based off a comic book property that I have to read because I might do a podcast about it in the future. We're talking about the Paper Girl show on Amazon Prime. I forgot the show was happening for a minute.
I forgot until I saw the trailer, and then I was like, "Oh fuck, that's happening!" And then I watched the trailer, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah."
Because at first, when I heard it, I was like, "I kind of like Paper Girls, not my favorite." Mm-hmm. But then I saw the trailer. I saw the trailer. I'm like, "Oh, they're kind of making this a little more interesting than it was when I read it."
I mean, we were planning on doing a Paper Girls podcast back around the Students of S.H.I.E.L.D. Never got a chance.
2 or 3 years ago.
2 or 3 years ago. Never got a chance to do it. I still have the book. I got the book just to, I gifted the book so we could do the podcast, but like we never did it. So I guess I got to start reading the book to watch the show now. But I mean, listen, I was watching like some interviews with them. They seem very excited. Brian K. Vaughan was talking about how he really appreciates people's praise, like the fans of the book's praise of the show, of the adaptation. I mean, I saw the trailer a month, like how many weeks ago? It looks solid. Like it doesn't look like the best thing in the world.
I just think it's weird. Like, you're telling me this is the Brian K. Vaughan, like thing that they decided to adapt.
Yeah.
Like, there's kind of an elephant in the room when you're talking about Brian K. Vaughan comics to adapt. Like,
true.
It's Amazon. You telling me they couldn't throw enough money to get a Saga series going or some shit? You know,
they'll never adapt Saga, dude. I'm sorry.
You shut your whore mouth. Look at me. I'm getting Jeff Bezos. If Daddy Bezos can throw $1 billion at Lord of the Rings, he can throw $1 billion to get Saga off the ground. Okay.
Oh, okay. We'll see. We'll see if that ever happens.
I'm huffing that Saga copium so hard.
Yeah. But I mean, listen. I mean, I'm good for Brian K. Vaughan. He's getting his live action adaptations. Obviously, he had Runaways back on Hulu. Last year, we got Why the Last Man, which me and Seamus loved, and it ritualistically got canceled for.
That was so. That's so depressing stuff.
It is, yeah.
I'm so sad about that.
Yeah, but at least now he's getting another property, Paper Girls. So I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm probably gonna read the book. Maybe at some point we'll do the podcast for it because I have those thumbnails made. So it'll happen at some point. But yeah, so thumbs up, people. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Yeah, thumbs. We'll do a solid middle.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, word. All right, so moving on. Okay, here's the thing, right? This show. I know for a fact this is more of a me and Seamus thing. Because Rebecca, I know for a fact you don't watch this show. I feel like a lot of people don't watch this show, but it's one of the most underrated shows out here right now. Seamus, you know what show I'm talking about? A little Jason Momoa show that you love to death. They dropped a new trailer for season 3.
Fucking go,
dude.
Let's go.
I've never even heard of the show.
So for people that are living under a rock,
it is the most unhinged show. Like, it literally sounds like a lunatic picks this shit. They're literally like, Jason Momoa is blind and he knows kung fu, and he has to protect his daughter who can see.
Yeah, and his son who can see. It's just
you know what season 2 is? Season 2 is literally like Jason Momoa is blind.
What is this on?
This is on Apple TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Season 2 is basically Jason Momoa is blind and he has to protect his daughter from blind Dave Bautista. And every season I'm literally like, this is the greatest show on earth, because I just sit there and I just see like them doing like kung fu while their eyes are closed, and I'm like, I love this show.
This show, along with Warriors, some of the best fight choreography I've ever seen on television.
It's so creative, because it's really like, hey, what if we had a regular fight scene, but these characters can't see? So there are so many like little details throw in that are about
movements that they do. It's so dope. Like, that fight scenes, I think episode 3 of season 1, where like he has to save his son from those kidnappers and murks them all. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But to the people that don't watch this show, so the premise is there was a virus that happened. Obviously, a pandemic happened in our present day, killed lots of people. The people that survived end up being blind. So the show takes place like I think a couple hundred years after that. People have adapted to living like their blind situation, and they basically go back to more of like a tribalistic societal type deal. And Jason Momoa plays his character Baba Voss, who runs this tribe called the Alchemy, and he ends up kind of marrying this woman that ends up going into his tribe for some mysterious reasons. She was pregnant and ends up birthing two twins that can see. So that kind of changes up the dynamic. It is such a good show. Some of the best world building I've seen in the show. Again, we said some of the best fight choreography and most unique fight choreography I've seen on television, period. Besides Warrior on HBO Max.
New Warrior season 2.
Oh yeah, season 3? You mean? Yeah. I can't wait for that. So yeah, man. Rebecca, we and Seamus strongly recommend. You don't have to get Apple TV Plus to watch it. It's a show that like a lot of people don't really talk about, and it's very upsetting. So
probably because it's on Apple TV.
Yes.
People talk about Ted Lasso a shit ton.
Yeah, Ted Lasso, but like I know Ted Lasso. I hear Ted Lasso's great, but I'm all about that C, fam. C is ridiculous.
I'm smoking that C pack. Let me tell you.
Exactly. This is gonna be the final season too, so like it makes sense. I feel like this story has a beginning, middle, and an end. It doesn't have to continue to like.
It feels nice to have a show where I feel like I'm like, they had a story before they started doing the show, and this is the story they told. And I'm like, okay,
yeah,
I'm okay. They're not just like, let's do 3 seasons and then stop. Like they're like, no, I had a story. Nice.
That's good. Yeah. So look, so the trailer looks great, and like some of the storylines they're introducing to try to wrap everything up I think it's gonna be awesome. So people, check this show out, please. This show is so good. Just now I think we're done with the TV stuff. So now we're gonna go to not the Hall H shit, but some of the movie announcements that happened. So we're gonna break some of those down. The first movie we're gonna talk about was a surprise at the con. I forgot this movie was even in development. A Paramount movie based on a popular role-playing game. We're talking about Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, starring, I believe, Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Regé Jean Page, Hugh Grant. Surprisingly,
Hugh Grant looks so good in this.
Sophia Lillis, and Justice Smith. I saw the trailer for this. I'm not going to play it obviously because we've been having some technical difficulties. Yeah, I saw the trailer for this. This thing looks pretty fun.
It looks good. I
Yeah.
think my problem with it is I feel like it would have been even better if it was like 8 years ago. Because I feel like everyone now does like the fantasy, like a fantasy thing, but they talk like they're making like modern jokes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And now that I've seen that, I'm kind of like the novelty's a little worn, and you're like, this looks well made, but like I wish they went a little bit of a different route with it, where they just like kind of made it a little more like take it a little more seriously. Like I don't mind it.
I mean, I think you gotta kind of blame Critical Role and stuff like that because, like, they during their D&D thing and like making more fun.
Yeah, like Critical Role was like the peak of that type of, you know what I mean? That type of writing and storylines and stuff. Like, and everything after Critical Role, I've been like, okay, you guys are just doing.
I feel like it's also hard to adapt something like D&D just because you're supposed to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but from that trailer, it looked like a lot of fun. Like the basically, I was watching an interview that comicbook.com was doing. It says it's going to be more of like a heist film, which I mean, listen, I love heist movies, so that's dope. And yeah, like I think the cast, like they have a good chemistry together. The fact that Hugh Grant's in this movie is just like, wow, you got Hugh Grant to a Dungeons and Dragons film. Good for you. Dude,
he was saying some wild shit during the
film. He was so out of pocket.
He was literally like, yeah, they call me Tiger in my sex dungeon. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you on right now? I hope he's like that in the movie. I hope they literally just were like, yeah, you don't have any lines, Hugh. Just like be yourself.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a good time. And then it's like I know that Chris Pine's playing a bard, and you see him with the loot at the end.
Chris Pine play I was always so whenever they like talk about a D&D movie, I'm always like, are they actually gonna ever do a bard? Like, are they actually? And the fact they made the main character a bard, I'm like, I'm in. If I get to hear Chris Pine like write some raps while he's like yelling at you know what I mean? Like he's rapping at some dragon or some shit. I'm gonna be like,
I think it's like when I was watching the interview, they said they're like you can tell like how much of like some, even though some of them are established D&D fans, like Sophia Lillis' character, who is I think she's the I forget what role I forget what class she is. I think she's the druid. I could be wrong. But she had D&D experience. But then you see Chris Pine talk about how his nephew got his entire family into D&D to prep for this movie, and they had so much fun doing it. I think it's very nice to they have a newfound. Some of the actors have a newfound love for the franchise. I mean, for the D&D stuff in the franchise, I think it's really good. I love how Michelle Rodriguez was talking about how much how I think one of the interviews was like, yo, how what did Vin Diesel think about you being in this movie, because he's a D&D fan. Yeah. He's like, no, don't disrespect Vin Diesel. He's a dungeon master. Never say that again.
I find it wild that they're making this. And Joe Manganiello and Vin Diesel are not attached.
Exactly, yeah, because even Joe Manganiello.
Dude, if I'm making a D&D movie, they're the first two I'm calling.
That's true, yeah.
I'm calling the two people who are most outwardly passionate about this thing, rather than
maybe they'll be surprise cameos.
That's what I'm hoping they're the surprise villains of the thing. They have to steal the thing they're stealing is in Vin Diesel and Joe Manganiello's compound, and that's the joke. That would make this movie really, really good if they did that.
I hope if he's in there that the joke with Vin Diesel is he's the same character as he is in Fast and the Furious, except he's driving a carriage or something.
That'd be amazing. The thing is from this trailer, I like the cast. I like the it looks really well made, like Seamus said, with the VFX and the locations and all that stuff. The comedy is I like that they're going with the comedy here. Again, it's more Critical Role, which is it's also I hope the it's gonna pretend some of the Critical Role actors aren't in this movie, but I hope they get maybe cameos. I hope.
Give Matt Mercer.
Give Matt Mercer something to do. Yeah,
give Travis Williams. Even give fucking any of them. They're great.
I mean, they're voice actors. You can kind of throw them in anywhere.
Yeah, true. That's true. But I do feel that though, if this movie does a really good job, and maybe does a solid job in the box office, maybe we could get more D&D movies, and maybe we might get Joe Manganiello and Vin Diesel in their own movie together, or maybe some of the Critical Role guys in their own movie. It's a lot of limitless potential with the D&D.
I like the Vox Machina animated. That was really good. That was fucking
hilarious too. So funny. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this this movie. I would assume y'all are looking forward to this movie.
Yeah, I'll probably go see it.
I think I might need to get back into D&D because I remember, shout out to Declan, but like we kind of dipped that campaign really quickly. Yeah, looking forward to this. All right, so the next movie that we're talking about, honestly, I don't give a fuck. The movie, this movie's for me. All right, because I love this franchise. I talked to Rebecca about it off camera. I'm so happy we're getting the movie. I'm such a huge fan. But listen, all right, Seamus, don't prepare to roll your eyes. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So we're getting Teen Wolf the movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have watched all of Teen Wolf. And,
You have?
Yeah. And I'm sorry to say I have.
No, don't apologize. It's a rite of passage.
I'm apologizing to the public for admitting this. I am shocked, but I'll probably watch it. I'm like begrudgingly like now I gotta finish it because they're doing a movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's not bad. It's just goofy as fuck.
Yeah, I think it's like for me, listen, Teen Wolf season 1 was very cliche, very early 2010s. You have to get through it. I think it definitely gets better after season 1 because you get, especially when you get season 3 with with your boy Styles and his arc.
Yeah, Dylan O'Brien carried that show,
dude. That fucking season, I'm not gonna spoil anything because I would recommend people to watch it for themselves. But that season made me realize, Dylan O'Brien can fucking act. Like I was like, you look at this man. Like it was incredible.
Tyler Hoechlin was also really good in that.
Yeah, as Derek as well. Yeah,
it was all the side characters. That's what was so funny. It was like all the side characters. You were like, oh, this is good, and then they'd get back to like
Scott.
Scott, and you'd be like, I don't give a fuck, Scott. Please stop.
Yeah, but just a rundown. So they're making a movie. It's gonna be Paramount Plus original for people who have Paramount Plus. I apologize, even though I own it, but no, my sister has
I use Declan. He logged in to watch the Brave New World Star Trek, and he did not log out when he left. So
listen, man, I use
shout out Declan.
Shout out to Declan for holding it down for Seamus, but I mostly use
Star Trek.
I mostly use Paramount Plus for Real World and Ink Master. So listen, Ink Master is great. Yeah, and I also watched the new Halo show recently, so I watched.
Why?
I had nothing else to watch.
No way you voluntarily watch Master Chief have sex. No way.
Listen, man, that Master Chief fucks, bro.
That's not my Master Chief.
Not my Master Chief. That's why I deleted his skin from Fortnite, because he had sex.
Master Chief is for virgins only.
Yeah. But just go back to Teen Wolf real quick. So it's Jeff Davis who is the creator. He's writing and I think he's writing and directing, I believe. Most of the cast members are back. So Tyler Posey, who plays Scott, Tyler Hoechlin, who plays Derek, who I was surprised he's back after doing Superman and Lois, are back. But listen, here's the thing that I don't like: the fact that obviously like Dylan O'Brien isn't back, but I think he's kind of done with the franchise because he's more of a higher up actor now. So like he's doing his own thing, and also
he's too good for MTV now.
Yeah. Which isn't a bad thing. But also one of my favorite characters, Kiri Yakamura, the Kitsune played by Arden Cho. She's not coming back as well, and I think she isn't coming back because they were paying her far less than the other actors, which is really it's kind of bullshit. So listen, shout out to Arden Cho. I love that's wifey right there. So I'm happy you stood your ground. You're not gonna be in this movie. Fair enough. But it takes place in our present, so like literally like in real time. So a lot of the main characters are in their 30s now. Scott comes back to Beacon Hills for mysterious reasons. Derek comes back and has a family. Derek's arc is he's a father now with his own son, werewolf boy. So that's gonna be interesting. And yeah, I saw the trailer. It looks good. I'm excited for it, even though I'm kind of nervous because there's no Styles and there's no Kira. But Seamus, here's the thing that me and my sister, because that's how we bond. We watch Teen Wolf. We and my sister were talking about this, man. The big twist with this season is the fact that fucking Allison's coming back, and it's actually Allison. Like that makes no sense.
That's
because she died. She died in season 3.
Yeah, she died in season 3.
and stayed
And
dead.
then,
So
well,
like,
they brought her actress back to play her ancestor. I
Ancestor,
remember in
yeah.
season 5.
so that's
But
the big twist, and I'm just like, okay,
I
I'm
mean,
pissed
I
how
get.
they're gonna
Well,
explain that.
listen, they got to do something.
Yeah, 'cause there's no styles.
You can't just, you can't just say, "Hey, Teen Wolf movie, Derek's the father, no styles. You better watch it." Like,
Yeah,
everyone's gonna be like, "Fuck that, bro."
yeah. So I'm listen as a Teen Wolf fan. I listen.
All right. As a Teen
I'll
Wolf
watch
fan, let's stop talking about this.
Yeah, let's stop talking about this. I'm gonna watch it. Fuck the rest of y'all. I'm watching this shit. So, all right. So moving on to movies. Let's see what other movies we got in terms of my notes. Yeah. So the new Predator movie that's coming out, known as Prey. That's gonna be
so fucking good.
that's gonna be released on Hulu. They didn't have a trailer for it because they had a trailer I think last month, which I watched and I really dug. But they had a panel. So what are your thoughts on this new Prey movie, guys?
I'm like a mid Predator fan. I like Predator. I'm not the biggest fan, but this trailer, I was like, it looks so good. The premise is so like interesting, and Sal from Comic Pop. Yeah, you know how he's like the biggest Predator fan.
Yeah, he is.
I saw his tweet where he was like, "Hey, unbiased opinion, but Prey is like one of the best Predator movies I've ever seen. One of the best sci-fi movies I've seen." And I was like,
"Oh, really?" So he gave him that praise.
He hyped that shit up. He watched it in theaters or whatever, and I was like waiting to see his opinion because like he loves Predator and he watches and reads everything Predator. And as soon as I saw it, he was like, "Yeah, this movie's effing awesome. I love it." I was like, "Oh, thank God, it's good."
Here's the thing with me, right? I was talking with Rebecca earlier. I'm not a fan of aliens. I watched Alien vs Predator once. Saw a chest as a 5-year-old. Saw a chest burster come out someone's body. Scarred me for life. So I'm not a fan of aliens. But the thing is, I'm a huge Predator fan because Predators kill aliens. So that's why that's why
like, Predator's your boy.
Yeah, the Predator's my dude. So I watched the first Predator movie. I haven't watched Predators 2. I watched the Adrian Brody.
You only need to watch like the first Predator movie.
The Adrian Brody remake is
an Alien versus Predator.
Predators is really good because it's the only movie where Topher Grace plays being evil really well.
Really well. Yeah, it's really scary.
Where he does not play it as a fucking weird goofball who's like, you know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's just like So I've watched a good portion of them. I've also watched the Predator that came out a few years ago. It was not really that great.
That sucked too, because Shane Black, I love Shane Black, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I don't know what happened with him. But yeah, listen, man, the fact that it's a Predator movie set, like this is apparently the first time the Predators were ever on Earth back during like with the Native Americans. And I love the fact that we're getting more indigenous representation lately, especially because with the show Reservoir Dogs, which I love. Reservation Dogs, my fault. So we're getting more representation in terms of the indigenous Native American community. And here's one thing. I also heard that like from the panel and from people saying about this movie, that this movie is one of the best Predator movies they've ever seen, or the best Predator movie they've ever seen. The fact that this movie doesn't have a lot of dialogue in it is one thing. That the action is ridiculously good in this. And I heard that this actress here, I forget her name. I'm probably gonna look it up, but I remember her from Legion. I heard she's like the standout. She does a really good job in this movie.
See, I haven't watched this trailer, but now you guys are kind of making me want to watch this.
It's gonna be, you're gonna literally watch it and you're gonna be like, this is it's just so interesting.
It's interesting. It's an interesting
and it's kind of mind blowing the fact that you haven't gotten this before. Like, oh, why don't we put the Predator up against like the original like hunters? Like, the Predator species are hunters, so why don't we just put them up against like old hunter gatherer societies? That's cool. And it looks so good.
And then with that trailer, they had a really cool tagline. I think it was like they hunt to survive, but then it's like they hunt to live.
Yeah. They hunt to live, and then it said it lives to hunt.
Yeah, it lives to hunt.
Like, oh, the biggest hunt.
Oh man, but I think when is this coming out?
August 5th. It's on Hulu, so I'm watching
for sure. Yeah, I'm sorry. The actress name is Amber Midthunder. I heard she's a standout in this, and it has a majority.
After this movie, she's got to change her name to Amber Goat Thunder. She's gonna be so good in this movie.
Oh my god, yeah. I can't believe you said that. I'm sorry. I had to process a little bit.
That was good. Come on.
But no, it was good. But like, yeah, I'm very excited for this as a Predator fan. Definitely checking this out. It's gonna be on Hulu. I have Hulu. Again, shout out to my sister holding it down with the Hulu account. But yeah, man. So this is definitely getting a thumbs up for sure. So moving on to another film that's coming out, because obviously your boy Kevin Smith is out here doing his Comic-Con thing, and he's releasing one of his most anticipated sequels in his famous independent film trilogy, I guess. Clerks 3. Clerks 3 is a thing, guys. It's a thing. And it seems like everyone from the Clerks original, the first film as well as the second one, obviously Rosario Dawson is coming back because her fine ass character is coming back. And yeah, they released a trailer last month, but they had a big panel for him. I think his panel actually already happened after the Marvel Studios panel today. But yeah, what are some of your thoughts on the Clerks 3, guys? I don't know if you have any thoughts on it.
When I heard it announced, I was like, I don't know if I want that. And then I saw the trailer, and I really liked where it was going. I liked it. I like it. It feels like a personal story for Kevin, which is like,
yeah.
When he does like really personal stories, I feel like that's when he's at his best. When it's something that's like near and dear to his heart.
Mm-hmm.
Not to make a pun there, but but yeah, because this movie is about
his heart attack. Like it's based off his heart attack.
It's literally all about his heart attack and what he wants to do. And I feel like it's going to be a really like good or bad. It's at least I'm gonna appreciate it for at least it being a personal piece of art that he's like trying to put out, which I always have appreciated from him, and that's when I think he's at his best.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I always like the I forget what he calls his universe.
The View Askew universe or whatever.
The View Askew universe, yeah. I always liked it and respected it. But yeah, I watched the first Clerks and also watched Clerks 2. I like those movies. Yeah, the fact that you said and I was watching his interview as well on that IGN did. Very personal story to him. Obviously, it's focusing on his heart attack. He said like, it's gonna have very good meaning of like, like what a second chance of life, that perspective, like having a second chance at life, and like, it's very personal to him. This movie is probably it's gonna be a very good movie, very funny movie, but it's also gonna like tug the heartstrings a bit for people, even for people that even hate his movies. He thinks that like they'll tug the heartstrings a little bit. Yeah, man, I'm gonna watch it. Like everyone's coming back. Like we're gonna get, like obviously Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, Dante's coming back, and all. Everyone's coming back for this. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I believe it releases, I think sometime this year. I think 2022. September 13th, 2022 by Lionsgate. Rebecca, obviously, do you have anything to say on it before we move on?
No, I haven't seen the first two movies.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, man, looking forward to that. So moving on to like the last like film announcement, I guess. I did not see this coming. They dropped a nice little trailer. Speaking of our boy Keanu, man, this man, I was so happy to see that we're fucking doing John Wick Chapter 4, bro. Oh shit!
The last one, isn't it?
I believe so.
God damn! I remember seeing this shit when I was like 4. This is another one where I was like, I remember being 14, and now I'm a senior in college.
Facts, man. But yeah, man, John Wick Chapter 4. Well, it's just the trailer just titled it John Wick. I did not see the trailer coming at all, but obviously if Keanu was there, it makes sense why they would. Yeah. Yeah, we got a dope little teaser. Dude, man, I can't wait, dude. We got our boy Donnie. Our boy Donnie Yen. Oh my god, bro. That's the highlight. That's gonna bring.
I know. It's gonna be. I don't even want to think about how good it's gonna be because I know it's gonna surpass my expectations.
Yeah.
I'm literally gonna be like, it's going to be the greatest fight scene ever recorded, and then I'm gonna go see it. And I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna be like, I had low expectations. I should have had them way higher.
Yeah, man. The thing is, like, when you see that little segment of that fight in that trailer where we see this like Donnie Yen blocking bullets with a sword and then shooting he had the sword in one hand, gun in the other. I was like, nutted.
It looks so good.
Oh man, but yeah, my surprise too. obviously we're gonna get like obviously Keanu, Jeremy Irons is coming back, my boy Lance Riddick's coming back. But also the surprise is that like if people who watched John Wick 3 Parabellum, your boy Lawrence Fishburne is alive.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh. It made it seem like he was dead, but it was kind of more like an ambiguous type of thing, you know.
Also, fucking, they got Clancy Brown in it too.
That was Clancy Brown, right? Because I wasn't sure if it was him.
That was they got motherfucking Mr. Krabs in there.
Yeah, man. But Lex Luthor.
I'm ignoring the comic book connections. I'm ignoring everything else. I'm going right for it. He's Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, sure. Whenever he like yells, it just goes straight into Mr. Krabs.
Yeah. Like I don't care if he was on the Flash. I don't care if he was Surtur in Thor Ragnarok. I don't give a fuck that he was Lex Luthor in every animated property. He's Mr. Krabs, and that's it.
Yeah, man. I'm very looking forward to it because I remember it sucks that Wifey's not in this. Shout out to my wife, my one and only, my queen, Halle Berry. Did a great job in the last one. So I was surprised she's not in this one. But from what they left off in the last movie, for spoilers for that movie, but you live under a rock, man. Come on now, get with the program. Because when we left off, John is back in the whole the assassin network after meeting with the I forget his name, but like he's like the head of the network. Know what I mean? And he had so he has because he chopped off his finger. I'm sticking up my middle finger. My fault. I'm not flipping y'all off. I'm just trying to give an example. But yeah, he cut his finger off because he wanted his love at his marriage as payment, Mephisto type shit. So it's yeah, we're gonna see the after the repercussions of John Wick not retired anymore. So yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm not sure if there's a release date for it, but I know for a fact it's coming out next year. But yeah, man, Rebecca, do you have any thoughts on John Wick at all, or have you
not really. I mean, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah.
But yeah, looking forward to it. It's funny because I literally when the trailer dropped, I put it in like the Indie Corner Discord because one of my boys who's on the Christian, he is a big John Wick fan. So all I did was at him, and I just put the quote, "Everyone keeps telling me I'm back," and I didn't really have an answer. But you know what? Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. I put that in the fucking thing, and that was fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's gonna be.
It's gonna be so good, so good. But
They
yeah,
also got what's his name? Oh, it's the guy who played Hiroyuki Sanada, the guy who played Scorpion in the Mortal Kombat. He's also gonna be in it too.
He's also badass in like everything he's in. So
yeah,
like, it makes
Bullet Train, which looks good.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Bullet Train. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this movie looks legit. I'm also trying to see the cast to see if I missed anybody. Anyone important? But I think we pretty much nailed everyone. Oh, Bill Skarsgård's in this.
Billion.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, Mark DeCascos better be back. Yeah, man, I'm excited. Yeah, John Leguizamo. Yeah, fuck yeah. This movie's gonna fuck. It's gonna be great. Yeah, so that's basically it for the movie announcements. I don't know if there's anything I missed in terms of that was notable. If there's anything else, put in the comments, I guess. I don't know.
I guess you're not counting anything that's Marvel or DC, right?
No, because this at this moment on, we're gonna be doing the
all the
Hall H stuff from here on out. So, and we're gonna do the Warner Brothers Discovery stuff first because I knew about that stuff prior because I watched some of that stuff. But yeah, man. So the Hall H stuff, Hall H. The notorious convention part of the convention where it's just like massive lines. People, you see the lines this year? Ridiculous.
I did. I think that's the worst it's ever been.
Yeah, man. Stretched. I think because of the Marvel hype, basically.
If you're, I have a question. I don't know if you know the answer. If you're in the hall when another panel is about to start, do they kick you out?
They
like
might.
If you're there from like the previous.
It feels like they probably would. Like they close the hall for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes to get everyone out and clean up and then bring, the next batch in.
Yeah. So I feel like for people who are all the way at the end, those are the guys that are probably going to go see the more Marvel MCU panel because I don't know. But yeah, the lines were bad. They stretched like blocks and blocks and blocks, Rebecca. It was bad. I think it was really bad.
They did that in the past
gotta-
too.
We gotta speed this shit up. I gotta talk about the Marvel shit.
Yeah, word. Okay, so we'll talk
Listen.
about. Yeah, so yeah, thanks, Seamus, for putting me back on track.
Oh my god, I gotta, because I keep scrolling through Twitter and I keep seeing shit and I
Yeah.
We
almost
can
say
start
I'm
with
like,
the Marvel stuff if you want, because I have my list here.
we'll go.
Okay. You
Well,
want
we
something
can
about?
quickly go through if we do the Marvel stuff at the end, then it means we can speed up through this bullshit because DC was just Shazam boys.
Yeah, true.
Literally just Shazam and Shazam related content, and then we are leaving.
That's true. Yeah, so we'll just do this we'll do this is shorter, we'll speed it up. But yeah, so the WB Discovery thing, they had their own panel talking about their new slate of movies, mostly DC stuff, I assume. I don't really care about anything else. But yeah, so the first thing that they did was talking about was Shazam Fury of the Gods. They had the panel, they had the cast, talking about the film, Zachary Levi, Lucy Liu. I think Helen Mirren was not there, which makes sense. She's above.
She had a video message thing.
She had a video message. All right, yeah. Dame Helen Mirren is above this, so it makes sense.
Lucy Liu
Yeah.
had brought her fucking big ass staff. That looks sick.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so they had the panel. Yeah, so they had the panel, and the Dan Sandberg is back to direct it. Love the first movie, so I'm so happy that it's gonna have the same vibe as the first one. But yeah, man, I saw the trailer. The trailer
the trailer was really good.
Yeah.
It's what I expected from Shazam too. So
Yeah, it looks like it'll be fun and cute, which is all I care about.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, like, obviously, I'll put the next image here. I love this is the poster from last year, but the cast from I love the cast, man. I listen, man. I love me some Megan Good. So happy that she's back, and I love the fact that the actress who's playing Mary, Grace Fulton, the fact that like they didn't have to. I know it was a different actress who played her adult self last time. That they were just like, she's already an adult already, so we're just gonna keep her. We're just gonna keep her as is. But yeah, the trailer was dope. I think we're gonna skip playing it because there's not enough. We want to go through the Marvel stuff. But yeah, man, the trailer was dope. I love that the Eminem was. I didn't expect the Eminem business to slap that hard.
That was funny.
It was hilarious. But yeah, we got some Shazam looking like he's in therapy talking to a pediatrician, which is hilarious. Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu are playing the villains, who are gods that basically hate the fact that the Shazam family exists, and they revived the staff because the staff was broken back in the last film. And I love the fact that this is more family oriented. This is more of a family oriented type of film that having a theme revolving family, which is funny because they even do that shit with a Fast and Furious.
They did the Fast and Furious reference.
Yeah, because Helen Mirren wasn't Fast and Furious, so they just do the whole section where it's just the thing with I've watched plenty of Fast and Furious movies, and the thing is that they're all about family, and it's none of the Shazam family forgot that that was the cue. That was so funny. But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be good. I love how Jaimon Hansu's back as the Wizard. I thought I thought he died in the last one, so I don't really know.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't really know how they'll probably explain in the show and in the film. But it's a lot of fun. I love my favorite shot in that trailer is when you see all the kids the kids and their normal selves walking, they all say Shazam at the same time and they turn into their god selves. It's so sick. It was so
gonna be good.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for this film. Love the trailer. I believe this comes out in December, which I feel like is a very bad place for it because there's so much stuff coming out during the holiday. But yeah, Shazam Fear of the Gods, man. Looking forward to it. Yeah, it comes out December 21st, 2022. But yeah, it's a bad place because we're in the Avatar movie and a bunch of other stuff and that around that time. So I hope people watch the film. But yeah, man. Any other thoughts on Shazam while we
I love Shazam.
I love Shazam.
Glad we're getting Shazam content.
Okay. Yeah, Rebecca, anything from your side or no?
No, it looks good.
Got you. Yeah, I'm gonna skip the slide to the video because we're not gonna have time. I don't even.
We're gonna also skip Black Adam because
we're not.
I don't know. I feel like that film is pretty self-explanatory.
Here's all I have to say about Black Adam.
Yeah.
Dr. Fate.
Dude.
Dr. Fate. That's all I was gonna say.
Okay, I was telling this in Rebecca in one of our chats, man. I hate the fact this movie looks pretty good.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think it has too much going for it that it just can't be bad. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'll go into it and I'll be like, yeah, it was kind of weak, but at least I had The Rock being The Rock, and I got all these Justice Society characters really accurately portrayed, and I can walk away happy with that. So that's why I'm like, I'm probably gonna go see it. I'm probably gonna come out being like, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I got Dr. Fate, which was the best part of the movie, and that's it.
Gotcha. I think it's like I heard about the panel that like The Rock. I actually saw the footage of it. The Rock came out in his costume.
I sent who is it? Declan and Moose that screenshot of The Rock floating down Hall H in his costume, and the tweet specifically said, at the beginning of the WB Warner Bros. Panel, The Rock appears to be floating with lightning behind him, and I was like, what? Why would you word it like that?
It's so funny. I mean, like that. I thought it was pretty hilarious. But yeah, that trailer, dude. It was. I was looking forward to seeing more footage. I love the Justice Society in this, man. I love. Cyclone looks dope, dude. Like Cyclone looks legit. Like Adam Smash looks dope. Dr. Fate looks incredible. I love the fact that we saw like the way what it looks like when he takes off the helmet. With that burst of light, it looks so good. We saw
Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate too.
Dude, perfect casting. I think perfect, man. I like Pierce Brosnan, so like I think it's perfect casting. We saw him like you notice that little shot of like the multiple Dr. Fate trying to pin down Black Adam. That looks sick as fuck. Hawkman at the end. Whoo!
They made Hawkman cool. I can't believe it.
Yeah, Aldous Hodge is Hawkman, dude, killing it, bro. But yeah, man, I'm very looking forward to it. Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the elephant in the room, right? Seamus, I think you would have more of a feeling about this than me. How do you feel the fact that like Henry Cavill didn't show up at the panel like everyone thought he would?
I was honestly depressed. Quite honestly, I was broken.
Because I remember you telling me just like, yo, like that was gonna be your thing. That was gonna.
It was like every site that was like Henry Cavill, and I was like, part of me, I was buying into it, but part of me was like, I know he's not though. Like I know that he's not gonna show, and he didn't, and I was like, fuck.
That's why you never listen to like comic book reporting sites.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was like Deadline. Like it was like real.
Yeah, it was Deadline. It was Hollywood
Reporter. Like sites that I was like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not going on like CBR and being like, oh, that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like I was looking at Deadline, and Deadline was like, yes, Henry Cavill's, and I was like, no way. So that's why I bought into it. But like, I hope he gets like a happy Superman movie one day.
The thing is, like, I'm not gonna like give you false hope, but like there could be a chance that like he could be in this movie. Like a very small chance.
Mikey,
like,
don't give him any more false hope.
It's gonna be the same Shazam cameo where they don't show his head.
That's true, yeah. But I mean,
him fighting Black Adam, but you never see his head through the whole fight.
I mean, listen, like it kind of sucks that he didn't show up. It might cement that like we may never see him as Superman again. But I mean,
dude, he got his dream role. Okay, he's out there doing Geralt. Like
I liked him as Superman, dude. I liked him as Superman.
He got 3 movies out of it. He should be good for now.
Yeah, true. But yeah, man, this movie Black Adam, I believe, comes out in October of 2023. I'm looking forward to it, mostly for the JSA. I think we can all agree on that. The Dr. Fate, dude, fucking hell.
I'm glad they made it like instead of just a pure Black Adam movie, they're like, oh, it's kind of like a JSA movie with Black Adam as the main character. I'm like,
that's because they knew no one would see this.
That's right. Yeah. They knew they were like, if it's just Black Adam, people are gonna be like,
But I feel like people will see this movie just to hope that Henry Cavill shows up at the end.
There's so many Snyderverse copium users that are just gonna be sitting there like, oh, is this gonna connect to the Snyder cut somehow? And you're gonna be like, oh no.
Okay, so yeah, but Black Adam, looking forward to it. All right, so now this is where my slide officially ends because now I'm completely blind because now I don't know what's going on.
All right,
I'll give you my Marvel.
Yeah, so tell me what's going on so I can like make clip notes for it. So, so what's the first project that they announced at the thing?
Well, we'll go kind of in order. So we'll start with the announcement of Phase 5 and what's in that.
Okay, so we'll do like so I'll put Marvel Studios up there. And then
So-
first thing, like Kevin Feige came out on stage and was like, "Phase 4 is over." That's all he said, and I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
Rebecca told me about that, and I was just like,
Yeah.
that's so strange.
"Yeah."
So, Phase 5, in approximate order, here we go. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, that's going to start it off.
Okay.
Secret Invasion, Guardians 3, Echo, Blade, Ironheart, Agatha, Coven of Chaos is the new title for that.
I
It's
like
not
that.
called the House of Harkness. Thank
No,
God. That's a terrible
Coven of
title.
Chaos is such a hype name. I love that.
But yeah, that Daredevil Born Again. Captain
Yeah. When she told me that title, my mouth was like,
Dude, I want to talk about that for like the next hour.
we will. Don't worry about it. We have time.
Captain America New World Order, and finally
He's fighting Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. It's literally it's gonna be Captain America versus the NWO. They all wearing their t-shirts. They're coming back.
Oh my God.
Imagine that. It's Captain America New World Order, and then all of a sudden you hear the bang and Hulk Hogan coming out doing the guitar thing, and you're like, this is the dumbest movie I've ever seen.
Rebecca, is there a photo that I could pull up of the timeline? Or?
Yeah, in the
Here,
private
I'll
chat
send it.
on
okay.
here that I'm just reading off that tweet I sent.
Okay, gotcha. All right. perfect.
And then finally, to end Phase 5, we have Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Oh,
Eat
also,
shit, man.
you missed what was it? Loki season 2 and the Marvels are also halfway
Oh
through.
shit, I did skip over this.
But yeah, I'll also skip over the Marvels if we're being real. I did not like Miss Marvel that much.
Listen, man.
I liked it.
I
It's not
also
perfect,
liked
but it was
I
fun.
know you guys liked it. I liked the first 2 episodes when it was fun, and then
So,
it
okay,
slowly
I'm
got
looking-
less creative.
Okay, that's fair.
So I'm looking at the image. I'll put it in full screen layout so like you can zoom in. So for people that want to see it, so I'm looking at it right now. So I'm looking at these logos, fam. I'm fucking liking these logos as a graphic designer myself. But dude, literally like the first thing that I saw, Daredevil Born Again, I'm like, whoo, let's go,
Dude, it's 18 episodes.
Which is Rebecca told me that's insane.
I'm literally look, years of Daredevil copium. I was sitting there like, dude, he's coming to the MCU. I swear to God, he's coming. And now he's gonna be in Spider-Man freshman year. He's gonna be in Echo. He's getting his own Marvel series. I think I heard he was also gonna be in She-Hulk too.
Wow.
He's gonna be in fucking everything.
Yeah, so spoilers a little bit. So the first thing they showed was the newest She-Hulk trailer.
Okay.
Uh,
Should we do a live reaction for myself because I haven't seen it?
if you want.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll work here.
No, I won't. I'll just watch on my phone. We'll just look at me, just reaction shots the whole time. Yeah, sorry, continue, River. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna do spoilers for that, so if you're gonna watch it, then I will.
All right, you know what? Okay, so I mean, yeah, we could definitely talk. Well, we'll talk about the She-Hulk trailer first because
Just spoil it for him. It doesn't matter. Just spoil it for him.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
No, Mikey. I gotta tell you what happens in it. We gotta
But
discuss
like
it.
what it, but like yeah, I'm gonna watch. We'll
Bro,
discuss it.
okay. Go to it now and like skip to the last 5 seconds so we can geek out.
Okay,
here.
fine. Okay.
You already know that you're gonna see like Abomination, and sure, yeah, cool. Abomination looks like Abomination. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, word.
They reference the Incredible Hulk. Cool, you know.
Okay, word. All
The
right,
last
so-
like 5 seconds are the ones where I'm like,
All right, so it just dropped. So I'll do a She-Hulk trailer.
mhm.
All right, so all right, yeah, I see it right here. So let me-
Oh, Wong's in it too. The Wong CU is still going
The
strong.
Wong CU? Okay,
My
let's
boy,
see it.
I hope he's in every one of these movies at some point.
Jeez, what the hell, man?
Still in control of the overwhelming feelings of rage.
No, a normal amount of rage.
You do revert
The
back
VFX
to
was way
your
better.
soul when you sleep.
Yeah, I was surprised. They fucking put in work.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me just skip to the end then.
Yeah,
because,
last
you know,
10 seconds. That's all you need.
I'm hyped for Frogman though.
It's right after like the title card comes up.
Okay.
The after credit scene of the trailer, if you will.
Yo, mommy. Sorry. Sorry.
Oh my god. That's why I didn't want you to watch the trailer on cam.
Okay, let's okay, I'm at the end. Hold on.
Oh yeah, my guy. They almost showed the whole thing. They're teasing us. Look, oh watch out. He's look,
Oh my god!
Mikey, I heard this. I heard this rumor, and I heard they were like, yeah, they're bringing back the red and yellow outfit, and I was like, I don't know how that's gonna
I
look.
don't want to see that.
And now that I see it, I'm like, ooh, that looks kind of clean.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, so spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it. Daredevil's going to be in She-Hulk. At least a little bit.
Oh my god!
She-Hulk. Oh Lord,
Let's
almighty.
go! Wait, so that was the yellow. It looked like it looked fully red to me. That's why I was like,
The gloves and like the
Like
girl-
the tawns are yellow.
oh, okay.
They're doing like a version of the red and yellow where it's like,
Yeah, like,
it's like this one, but instead of red and black, it's like yellow.
No, there's some. I can see there's some yellow accents to it. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, it's like a
I like,
subtle
I
nod.
like it.
Wow.
That's
But look, he don't got the DD though. I don't see the DD. I don't see the logo. But it's
Listen,
whatever.
yeah, all that matters is Charlie Cox is getting paid a shit ton of money for all these appearances.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I thought the surprise was that we made that Jessica Jones and maybe Luke Cage were gonna show up.
Oh, I heard that rumor. I heard like the Thing's gonna be in it and shit. I heard like they fucking said they looked me in the eye and they said Jason Segel's playing the Thing, and I looked at them and I said no, he is not.
No, he's not. Yeah, I also heard that too as well.
I was like Dr. Manhattan. I was like, and I will say no, he is not playing the fucking Thing. I don't.
Oh,
All right.
okay. So
You guys want to talk about that more, or should we move on?
nah,
I'm good. It's coming out in like a month. Abomination.
gonna
I'm
watch
seeing it for Abomination.
I'm gonna watch the rest of the trailer when we're done. But listen, man, I'm definitely looking forward to it now for sure, 100%.
It looks good. I heard there's numerous sex scenes. I'm in.
Wow, word facts.
Dude, like fucking bangs Daredevil. I'm in for that, bro. I'm 100%.
We're gonna watch She-Hulk break some dudes in half.
She can't break Matt. He's unbreakable.
Yeah, man. But the thing is, right? Also, shout out to Tatiana Maslany because I just recently started watching Orphan Black, and she's incredible.
Orphan Black is underrated as fuck.
So
that.
that solidified the fact that I would probably definitely love her as Jennifer Walters for sure. But yeah, so moving on, I kind of already, because now we're kind of going in the order of like phase 4 to phase 5, so like I already know what's next. So yeah, I already looked it up because they did the thing. So Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So I assume there is
that was not next on the list, but
that was not.
They did. So what they did is they did everything, and then at the very end, they did all the Black Panther shit.
All right, so we'll save that then. So
they literally did It was so weird. They even did like announcements for like some projects that were way bigger.
Let me get to that because we're gonna go through all of them real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so what's next? I'm Rebecca, so I can type it in.
Okay. So next we got Secret Invasion. Apparently they showed a little bit of footage for this, but I haven't seen it online yet.
Okay. Listen, man.
So all we really know about that is that it's going to be like kind of dark and gritty, and Nick Fury and I think War Machine are going to be in there.
Okay, fair enough, Mr. Man. Rhodey is Rhodey.
And that's all the notes I have on that.
Okay.
Next,
they also said Maria Hill's coming back too.
Oh, facts. Listen, love Kobe Smulders. She's great.
And what's her name's in it? Amelia Clark's in it too.
Who do we know who she's playing?
I'm like, she's got to be playing the Skrull Queen.
Okay.
I mean, like, that's what I assume. If you're casting Amelia Clark, like, she's probably gonna play a queen of some sort.
Watch her ass be Elektra.
I'm kind of like iffy on this because like you can't really go all in on the Secret Invasion aspect of it and be like, yeah, all those movies you saw are completely invalidated because they were a Skrull. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, listen, they changed the logo. The logo looks dope. Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been looking for.
I have like a slight theory on what the invasion might be, but we have to get to the next part first.
Okay, I'll just say this: I'm looking forward to it. Listen, love Sam Jackson, love Nick Fury. I listen more Sam Jackson, the better to me, bro. I love that motherfucker. So, yeah. So yeah, Rebecca, what's next? What's next on the?
Okay, so next story, I guess going back a little bit, but this was next in the presentation. We have Ant-Man.
Okay, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, right?
Yeah. So a couple of things we learned here. Kang is going to be the villain. The
Yeah,
guy
what's
who
in the-
plays Kang came out.
Jonathan
Apparently,
Majors.
they also showed a little bit of footage for
A
this.
boy, Jonathan Majors.
Uh-huh.
Let's go. Can't wait for that shit.
And again, I haven't seen footage from that, but apparently Kang looks really good. Apparently, Bill Murray is somewhere in that movie.
What do you mean he's in that movie?
Uh-huh.
Apparently, he's in that movie.
All right, so
And one more thing I have written down.
Yeah.
Apparently, MODOK is confirmed.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
No.
Damn. Okay.
Um,
I heard a rumor that he was going to be.
Corey Stoll.
What happened?
Corey Stoll's and MODOK.
Oh,
The guy
so
who played Yellow Jacket.
yeah, so he's coming back as MODOK.
Yeah.
I'll put this image up because I saw this like right before we started. But yeah, Andy Parker released this new artwork for it. Incredible. And obviously like we all
look,
already
there's Stature.
yeah, we're getting Stature. The new Cassie Lang who's being played by Catherine Newton. Which
I
I'm looking
saw
forward to.
they said that like MODOK is like 100% comic accurate. Like
That's
straight
crazy.
up 100. Like they didn't do anything. They didn't try to MCU him. They were literally like, yeah, it's fucking MODOK.
That's crazy.
Fucking MODOK.
But yeah, looking.
You can't really change MODOK if you're doing MODOK.
Yeah. They're not gonna do the Avengers game type bullshit because that was nonsense.
No.
But yeah, dude. See now that we have like kind of like from the Andy Parks artwork, we have like an actual like visual look. Kang looks sick. He's blue, so
Yeah.
He looks kind of blue. I heard he's not gonna be blue. He's gonna wear the suit, but his face isn't gonna be blue.
Well, isn't he like not actually blue? Isn't like the blue just like a filter or something?
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, I'm excited. Listen, I also listen more Young Avengers shit, Rebecca. So I like it.
I'm not against the Young Avengers. I don't know what
you called me out on it last time, and I was like, listen, it's happening. Like, come on.
It's gonna happen. You're just always like pointing out stuff where it's obvious where they're trying to go.
Yeah. But listen, I love Sasha in the comics, and I like the fact that like I wish the suit was red, but like listen, I like the purple. It's nice.
Yeah.
Nice change. Separates her from her father. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Listen, I'm a huge fan of Jonathan Majors, bro. Lovecraft Country when he played his character in Loki. Loved that, so I'm excited as fuck.
I have some thoughts on him, but we have to wait a little bit. I'll say what I think about him and Kang later.
Oh, okay. What's another thing? Is it something Kang related? Well, probably Loki.
We'll get there.
Okay, we'll get there. So, Rebecca, what is next on the list?
All right, so next we got Guardians 3.
Oh, so Guardians Volume 3. All right. So
they brought all the actors out, and everyone's like talking about how like this is like the end of their MCU arc. So I don't know if that means that we'll never see them again, or if this is just the end of like one phase of them.
Yeah, I heard like all of them were crying when they were talking.
Yeah, all the actors were like very sad about it.
Wow. Okay. I mean, listen. I love Guardians, man. It's good stuff.
And also, we got a reveal. I don't know his name, but they brought out the guy who's going to be playing the High Evolutionary for this movie.
Okay, James, want to know something funny? Well, for people who watch our podcast, those two people, throw back to when we did the Doctor Strange review, and I mentioned why didn't we get High Evolutionary in that shit with the Wonder Girl?
Yeah.
Yo, oh my god, I'm gonna brag. I'm gonna call Matt after this. I'm calling Matt.
It's the guy. Did you watch Peacemaker?
Yeah.
It's the actor who played Myrn in Peacemaker. Dude, he
came out like a full costume.
He came out in cosplay, full High Evolutionary cosplay. And he was there like, I'm High Evolutionary. This is my greatest role ever. And I'm like,
is there footage or something?
There's
I
pictures.
saw a picture. Let me see if I can find a picture.
You found a photo? I have to pull this shit up now.
Oh my God. It was the cutest shit. My man was standing there just
literally kind of low-key called it. I'm kind of slick, but I thought I wanted him in Wonder Gore, but no, we're getting rid of this movie. That's hilarious, man. Does he actually look like him, like purple and everything, like the pink?
Yeah,
it's chrome.
Yeah, it's purple. He didn't have like his cosplay didn't look.
This wasn't like the full costume. This was just like
it was like a goofy costume, but it was still like funny as fuck.
Thing is, like
there's video. Oh my God!
Yeah, I got a video here. Hold on.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, you can if you want to screen share, you can screen share it. I just gotta.
I just sent the link in the private chat.
Okay. Oh, Seamus glitched out because High Evolutionary is coming to the MCU. Let me see.
Seamus died.
Oh, he died. All right. You know what? Maybe he'll probably come back. Let's see. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. He looks awesome. Dude, he looks incredible.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if that's like his actual suit in the movie or if that's just like a cosplay that he.
I hope it is. I hope it is, dude. I hope it is. That's incredible. That is incredible. Oh my God. That's so dope. But yeah, okay. Listen, man, I'm looking forward to it 10 times more now. But did they? But also, I gotta ask though. Did they also reveal Will Poulter? Will Poulter showed up because he's playing Adam Warlock from what we know. So,
I don't know.
you know,
I
Will
think they
Poulter,
brought
right?
the
The
full
guy
cast
with
out, but I'm not sure. Like,
no, it's official casting. Like James Gunn confirmed it, but I wasn't sure. Was he with the?
I don't think they showed anything of him. If they did,
Okay,
I
they're
think
probably
they
gonna
showed
say
like a few seconds of footage, but I didn't hear anyone talking about Adam Warlock.
that is hilarious. Oh
They did show
my
a picture
God.
of footage of Adam Warlock, yes.
Oh, did they show it? A picture of him as Adam Warlock? Okay.
They showed footage, but I don't know. It's probably gonna get leaked in like a couple days. But
Yeah, I didn't see any like going around in the past like 3 hours. But anyway, one more thing before we get into Black Panther here. So we got a sneak peek at Phase 6.
What? What do you mean?
oh,
Right, you
dude,
just said Phase 5.
you're not ready for this shit.
Yeah, are you gonna put the little Phase 6 banner on the thing before we
I'm
start?
about to do it. Yeah. I'm a little dumbfounded. What do you mean Phase 6? What the fuck are you talking about? Aren't they saving this shit for? Aren't they saving this shit for D23? Like, why the fuck did they drop all this shit now?
Okay. Listen to this. So, November of 2024, we're gonna get Fantastic Four.
Oh, so we gotta wait that up 2024 for you.
And
Yeah.
this is like the big announcement.
Okay.
May 2025, we're gonna get Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Because like I kind of already felt that because remember we were hearing trademark leaks. Like,
But
for
wait,
days,
there's
so.
more.
Okay,
November
Let's
2025, we get
Okay.
Avengers Secret Wars.
Let's go.
2 Avengers movies in 1 year.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, they're back to back.
Yeah, back to back.
Wow.
Which I don't know how I feel about that, but
It's weird that they're doing phases like within like a year.
yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Like like this next like phase trilogy is gonna be over in the next like 2 or 3 years. I'm like,
Oh, and I don't know if I said this, but this is called the Multiverse Saga.
Oh, we already knew that.
Yeah.
okay, so I don't know how to feel about this. I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest with you.
Okay.
I kind of am like a little lukewarm on it because it's kind of like on one hand I am excited, but on the other I have so many questions and so many of just like, how are they going to set it up? How are they going to make it like actually a cohesive film?
How am I gonna care?
Yeah, how am I gonna give a fuck about that if it's not Doctor Doom doing Secret Wars?
That's the thing, right?
It's fucking Kang. Like,
Yeah.
like listen, God bless Jonathan Majors, a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
I like Kang the character. He's not like you don't. He's.
I
Not,
mean, they kind of. I mean, I didn't expect.
Well, they're doing Fantastic Four before then, so they could set up Doom if
They
they
could,
wanted.
yeah.
They should. And okay.
Yeah. I can feel the
And
heat.
keep
man.
in mind, there's like a whole block of bullshit
I
that could
did
happen
see
between
a
those.
leak of
movies.
him possibly. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say anything, but I did see a leak that maybe
Yeah.
Doctor Doom being
Because I would strongly prefer Doctor Doom over Kang any day for Secret
And
Wars.
I'm like, dude, Kevin, my brother in Christ, my fellow Bostonian, Kevin, just take the time to build up Doctor Doom. Please, don't just throw Kang at me and expect me to give a fuck about Kang.
Yeah.
I like Kang. Kang is a 1 movie villain. Kang is like a Loki. You know what I mean?
True.
He shows up as a villain for 1 movie, and then he's like a little like side character in the rest. Doctor Doom is the guy you got to build up to. Okay, you know why? Because by the time they start building up Doctor Doom as the next major villain, we're already gonna probably have Galactus, and we're probably gonna have Magneto by that point, and we're probably gonna have like, you know what I mean, like all these other big villains that Doctor Doom isn't gonna seem kind of like the biggest villain, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like Doctor Doom as like the main villain of Secret Wars provides such an easy storyline to write because you center it around the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four have other, you know what I mean? Like you can write a cohesive story out of that. With Kang, it's gonna be so much like multiverse bullshit. I'm gonna be sitting there with my brain melting. I'm just gonna be like, I don't know what I'm watching anymore because it's like that's my problem with like Marvel right now. I like it, but like at a point, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, okay, all right, I got it. You can.
Earlier on Twitter, I saw someone called like Phase 4 their filler phase, and it does feel like that a
It
bit.
feels like that. It doesn't. It doesn't feel like they are putting as much thought and care.
Yeah.
But this is with the caveat. Also, I'm saying like they could have a grand plan that pays off super well in Phase 6 that we are not seeing, right? You know what I mean? There's so much stuff being thrown at our face, we don't see all the payoffs happening like later, you know. But I don't feel like I don't have the confidence that they could do that. Like Kevin Feige's a talented producer. I do not have the confidence that he can juggle all these movies, all these TV shows, and still have a cohesive 2-movie arc that wraps up everything perfectly.
I would honestly be fine if we didn't have the TV shows and we just had the movies. But it just feels like so much content all the time, especially for the next 2 years.
Yeah, like you feel like you don't need the TV shows, but then when you get the TV shows, you're like, okay, but this isn't enough time to actually tell a good story. It kind of feels like you're getting like a quick in and out, like, oh, let's introduce this character to like have a cameo in another movie real quick, you know?
Gotcha.
And I'm like, I would much rather fucking have Moon Knight show up in Blade and just introduce his character there. Like,
true. And a lot of the like shows, like I like most of them, but they're just kind of like fine.
Yeah. And it's just that's why when I saw Secret Wars on Twitter, I was like I was a little sad because I was like, damn, I'm not as excited as I would have been like 3 years ago, you know? Like right before Infinity War, between Infinity War and Endgame, if they came out and were like, guys, we're doing Secret Wars in 5 years, I would have been like, I'm in heaven. But now I see it on Twitter while at work, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And that was the moment where I was like, damn, they be giving me too much shit that I don't give a shit anymore. Like
it feels like Kevin Feige, like as you said like earlier, like he feels like he has a lot to juggle. Like if he can juggle all this stuff, he feels like he has a lot on his plate. It might not. It's a possibility.
We just need a little quality control. I think that's
yeah. Like the Secret Wars to me, if you're doing Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty is a part of Secret Wars, which it would definitely be, that's a 3-movie arc alone.
Honestly,
alone, it's 3 movies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Lord of the Rings level like fucking arc. You know what I mean? You have to have 3 movies with how many characters you're stuffing in there, how much shit you're trying to showcase, a story you're also trying to tell through that. And I feel like doing 1 movie, like because you know Kang Dynasty is gonna set up the Secret Wars with Battle World and shit. And then the Secret Wars is going to be like that. But, like, you're giving 3 hours to probably about 500 characters appearing in that fucking film. Which is going to be, like...
It's going to be, like, a lot. It's a lot. Like, the fact that you even said that Phase 6 was announced, like, I'm still on that shit. Like, what the fuck?
If they try to make me watch another 3-hour movie, which they are, if not longer, I'm going to lose it.
Watch them be like Snyder Cut shit. Freaking Secret Wars is 4 hours long.
Oh, my God.
I wouldn't put it past them. They'll have a fucking intermission in it probably.
Oh my God. If they did that, I would be sad because I would know. I'm like, I would sit there and be like, they're not doing this because they have a really good 4-hour story they want to tell. They're doing this because guess who they were able to sign. Oh, we got Nicolas Cage to come back or some shit. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be like one of those, and I'm gonna sit there and be like,
so like I would expect this is the movie that everyone thought this is the cameo fest that everyone thought Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was supposed to be. Like Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
We're
well,
gonna get like Hugh Jackman like fucking jerking off Toby, and I'm gonna be sitting there just being like, "This is cool," but like, what are they like? What's going on? Like, what's the villain?
Where's the substance?
Yeah,
where's the
it's gonna be
substance?
like I feel it's gonna. I
Because
don't want to.
that's what I want in a Marvel movie.
It's gonna be like Endgame, but worse, and I don't want to say that, but like,
No, you're so right though,
like-
King.
because Endgame was kind of bad. Endgame was a lot of like, you watch it the first time, it's amazing. You go back the second time, you're like, wait, why is Thanos still the villain? Like, past Thanos comes back.
You only need to watch Endgame once.
You know what?
Preferably in theaters.
And like, I'm like, if Secret Wars is going to be a monument to comic book films, don't you think it shouldn't be like the joke is that comic book films are all cameo fests that have no substance to them? You know what I mean? Because like
it's meta with its lesson.
Yeah, that's always the joke. Is they're always like, yeah, it's just a bunch of cameos where you sit there and go, ooh, that character, and like, it's gonna be so sad when it happens.
We do a tribute to Scorsese at the end for giving him that idea.
Yeah, it would be
hilarious.
We took Event Comics, which are already like cancer on the comic book universe, and made them into a movie.
It's even worse. And I think the only thing that can save this film is if they announce like an insane director. Like if they announce an insane director and they just are like, hey, you take this completely, I would be like, okay.
So who would you prefer direct either Secret Wars?
Oh, that's so
would be your best
We need
director.
someone who's like coked up all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You need someone who's coked up, but okay. Hear me out.
Okay, no, we're listening.
Hear me out. Get Edgar Wright.
Oh, that would
It's gotta be like unrestrained Edgar Wright though.
Yes,
they kicked him off
completely.
Ant-Man
Don't kick him off Ant-Man again.
Yeah.
Give me unrestrained 100% Edgar Wright, because I feel like he is someone who can juggle a lot of characters, a lot of crazy action within a short time period and do it really well, while also telling like a really cohesive story. And I feel like you give me unrestrained Edgar Wright, it'll be the best, because his movie style is basically just, I'm doing a comic book as a film, like every movie, not even just Scott Pilgrim.
Shaun of the Dead.
You know what I mean? Shaun of the Dead. It all has these comic book like shots and like zooms and like paneling and stuff.
And transitions. Like it's definitely.
And I feel like if you get him to do Secret Wars, Kang Dynasty, that'll be the only thing that I'm like, okay, this movie might actually be good.
I'm gonna say something super controversial. We need to go back to the 2000s style of superhero movies.
I was gonna say we need to go back. I feel like we kind of need to go back to, what are we wearing? Yellow spandex? No, we were in leather, baby. You know what I mean? There were simpler times, you know.
True, that's true. Yeah.
Back when the worst thing I had to see was just Cyclops getting cucked for like the 100th time. And I could just be like, there it is. He's getting cucked again. Let's go.
Now I'm thinking more about like, dude, that Edgar Wright directs. That'll be one of the biggest like directorial comebacks in the MCU. This man got kicked off Ant-Man and gets
he got kicked off Ant-Man, and now he's like, because like, it's when I heard that was like one of the first times in the MCU where I was like, oh no. And I was kind of right, because I watched Ant-Man and I was like, yeah, this isn't like that special. It's just
I feel like everyone hyped up Ant-Man, and I didn't see it for like years until after it was like out, and it was not as good as I had heard.
It was just kind of funny.
I actually like Ant-Man, but in reality, it's a very mid movie. So like, yeah,
and that's why I'm saying like it I don't want to. Okay, I do kind of agree with Scorsese. Like I was reading his shit, and I was like, guys, like, I'm an MCU shill, but like he's kind of right. Like, I can go to those movies and willfully accept like, yeah, these are like junk food movies. I'm okay with that. And then some other people are like, how dare you knock someone else's idea of cinema? And I'm like, but like your idea of cinema is like kind of trashy. So like,
yeah,
true,
that's why I'm saying like, if they just gotta. Again, I think this goes back to what we've been saying this entire time is, wow, imagine what could happen if you let a guy tell a story. It comes back to it, you know? We're like, it's like, wow, imagine how good Secret Wars would be if you let the guy tell the story. Because like, Secret Wars 1 and 2, ass. Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, phenomenal because he was
Good.
telling a story about the Fantastic Four, and I was like, I'm
really
down
good.
with it.
Imagine a world where movies are good.
True.
Imagine a world where they just let people tell stories.
That sounds like a
Every
what if
movie's a
episode to me.
banger.
What if season 3? What if movies were good?
What if the MCU was coherent?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, listen, I'm actually thinking like, yo, Edgar Wright doing Kang. Dude, I would love to see how he would tackle Kang.
I'm
Edgar Wright.
still
Tackle
campaigning for Sam Raimi for Fantastic Four.
Oh, that would be good.
That'd
That
be
would
good.
be fun.
Matt, you made Matt almost cry when we did
I
that.
said I want the Fantastic Four to be from the 60s.
So do
I
I.
kind of agree with that.
I need them to be from the 60s.
It's got to be camp.
and read and they all talk like they're in like a 60s movie, like a sci-fi movie. And
Yeah, word.
and Reed finds like a portal to another dimension. He goes there. Time passes different. To them, they went in and out. But then to us, they blinked like, a couple like 50 years or something.
Yeah.
It's got to be that, but out of nowhere, Reed has to drop the most misogynistic line you've ever heard.
Yeah, and everyone's like,
Wait,
know what else I need?
Rebecca, was there a Fantastic Four announcement or no? Because we could talk more about this when we get to.
All
I
they
said Fantastic Four was announced for November 2024, but
Yeah.
that's all I think
Okay.
I said about it.
he just came out and said that's the date. Get fucked.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, listen, I would also like the 60s Fantastic Four. Okay, listen, man, I'm a connoisseur of art. I would love if they did you know what I'm talking about, Seamus, the unused Alex Ross picture of that 60s deco.
Dude, right as you said, I'm a connoisseur of art. I was like, he's talking about the unused Alex Ross.
I would love if they did that version, or did their own version of that. Because I at least want those suits. I love that flight jacket design for those suits, man. It's too nice.
It
You know
looks
what
so
I'm talking about?
good.
It's we'll put on. I'll find an image and put it on the screen.
I'm looking at the one with like the cool 4 and shit on. Oh.
Yeah, man, it is. Honestly, I would also love to see whenever they X-Men, I would love to see Alex Ross X-Men designs for the original movie as well, for the designs for the X-Men in the MCU. I think that would be phenomenal.
They just gotta let people be creative. Honestly, that's the only way like you get people back into the MCU is if you literally like just let everyone do their own thing. But like, you know what I mean? Kevin Feige should still be like, hey, include this in there, or hey, include that in there, so that way they can build the story, like the overarching saga later. But like for now, when you're just starting out a new phase, maybe let everyone do their own thing and see what works, rather than like, like being like, no, we need every miniseries to be 6 episodes. It needs to be ass with a villain that's so forgettable you won't even know who they were. Like the only reason I remember the Moon Knight villain is because I'm like, oh, it's Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke was so good in Before Midnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that just real quick, these are the flight jacket designs for the Fantastic Four. Incredible.
So good, and it's like a perfect mix of like modern
and classic
over design.
Yeah,
because I did not like John Krasinski's suit. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
I was like, it's too much shit on it. Like,
wait, Seamus, were you part of the gang who was like the '90s, like white collar, like design is better?
Okay, maybe
because I'm kind of there.
Maybe I was the one who was like, hey, goofy ass designs for the Fantastic Four kind of work.
But like even better, like it was like I love this design. Again, it's a nod to the classic, but also more updated, slicker version of it. So I wish they do something like that. As well as like I found this page too. It's because I have the art book, so like I've seen this stuff before. But yeah, like this page, dude, is ridiculous. Like what if we got like this?
It's like the closest to like Jack Kirby you're ever gonna get.
Yeah, like I would love to see if they did this like pop art type of art style for the Fantastic Four, and especially if they come from the '60s era. That would be really good. So
go nutty with it. Like
fucking
oh my god, they could just have them jump universes and do goofy stuff like that, where it's like Multiverse of Madness, but like fun and funny instead of like, oh, everyone's getting murdered and it's a horror movie,
But yeah, man. I mean, so wait, is that it for Phase 6, or like is there more?
Okay,
for now, they're probably gonna fill in gaps.
After the panel, Kevin Feige said that they are announcing 8 unannounced projects at D23 in September.
Okay.
So I think that's going to be the majority of Phase 6. I think one of them is going to be like, hey guys, we're doing maybe a little bit of X-Men. You guys like that? You know, or like, I think it's either going to be that or like Fantastic Four casting announcements where they're
You
going to be
said
like,
8 more like projects, and I want to like hit
watch
my
it
head
be
against
all
the
X-Men.
right?
wall.
Isn't that fucking mind-boggling? He's like, yeah, we announced all this shit today, and we still have 8 more things we're working on.
Yeah,
And I'm
watch.
like, dude, you should have said like 3 and then had the rest be like casting announcements of like.
That's true. Yeah, watch like all those 8 other projects just beat X-Men. People would lose their minds. Like,
I don't want to know about it. I don't want to care
But
anymore.
Listen, they would literally be replicating the comics where like as soon as they introduce X-Men, 40 spin-offs, there's about 900 characters you need to care about.
but
And I'm like, it's the most accurate comic book adaptation of the X-Men because there's way too many books, there's way too many people I need to care about. Fucking Cyclops is still getting shafted in the year of our Lord 2024.
I'm gonna have to start caring about these movies like I care about the comics, which is to say, I don't read 90% of them.
Yeah, I read like I see like the odd one that I'm like, I heard that would like every once in a while a random Immortal Hulk or like Zdarsky Daredevil come around. Like, that was good, and then the rest I'm like, fuck that, I'm out.
Seamus and I have talked about this before. Like 10% of my reading is Marvel and DC. The other like 90 is just indie stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, but while we're talking about X-Men, this is what I want the X-Men to look like because Alex Ross's original pitch for the original designs for the X-Men movie.
I don't like those designs.
Really? I think they're so sick, man.
I can see how you won't like. They do look a little like. I like them, but I get it.
Because
like
look
a little funky.
I like how like
I like the first class ones with the yellow and the.
Yeah.
You know.
I think they're just gonna do straight comic book because I feel like there's no other direction you could go other than like.
Because like I love the fact that like it's simple. It's just the black silhouette is just like the main foundation, and like it makes an X with their designs, and it's all different in terms of the character. So like I like that aspect of it. They could not do it, but I mean, listen, who knows, man? In terms of what the X-Men will look like.
I hope so. I just hope they don't cuck Cyclops again.
I mean,
they gotta give my man a break, okay?
I mean, true, but like, listen, man, like you saw my face. The moment you said Phase 6, I didn't believe it. I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, we're just on Phase 5. Like, what?"
It's cool, but like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just sitting here like, can we like relax for a second? Like, I feel like Kevin Feige, even though we had a year due to COVID, I feel like we should have gotten another year of just nothing. Just go silent. Just be
just
like,
cut the amount of projects we're getting at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just I don't need like we just finished like Miss Marvel in like 2 weeks I gotta watch another TV show that I'm gonna sit there and be like, yeah, that was okay. I wish it had more episodes though.
But I'm not gonna lie though, I would honestly start bursting into tears if the X-Men looked like this. I would cry because I love X-Men First Class.
Yeah, those designs are hype.
Yeah, so I would listen.
Oh.
But yeah, that's all. That's it on Phase 6. So
the only thing we have left is Black Panther.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
And I don't have any notes for that.
All right,
They dropped a trailer for it.
Yeah,
they showed a trailer. They showed off screenshots of like everyone in it. They showed Ironheart. They showed a screenshot of Ironheart and shit. The trailer looked good. They brought out the dude who plays Namor, and he's like,
Tanac Horta. Yeah, I think he's
he's probably gonna be really good.
Yeah.
I love Namor. I hope they said a mutant will be appearing in Wakanda Forever, and I hope they're just like being coy and they're like, oh, it's Namor. Like his Namor's a mutant anyway, and I hope that's the joke. But like
the Wakanda fan,
give him his wings, give him his weird foot wings that are like.
Like for me, I'm just like put gentle in this movie.
I always remember as a kid, I was always like, "Oh, Namor's a mutant. That must be why he can swim underwater." And then the comics are like, "Nope, he has foot wings."
Oh my god!
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So I mean, if you wanna talk about, I'll add that to the things we can talk about.
Let me look through the Twitters about it.
So yeah, so we're talking about the highly anticipated yet kind of nervous for this franchise.
Seamus, did you watch the trailer?
I did. I liked the trailer. It looked cool.
I only watched it without sound. What the fuck is happening in this movie?
Oh yeah, it looks insane. But like, even with sound, you're gonna be like, I think they're fighting over Wakanda.
Really? Okay.
I think it's like a bunch of people are like fighting over what should happen and like who should be king and who should lead. and then Namor comes as like an outside force, and it kind of forces them all to unite against like a common enemy. You know, like I feel like half the movie's gonna be we don't know what to do about Black Panther. What should we do? And then the other half is this outside threat's attacking us. We need to unite, and then through that, one person like ends up being Black Panther. Because like from the trailer, they kind of tease like numerous people could show up as Black Panther.
Really?
And like the guy who's M'Baku is Black Panther now, but like he's kind of like I'm just doing this as like someone needs to be Black Panther. I don't really want to be Black Panther now, but they still tease that he could like keep it, but
It's he's just a stand-in for the next.
It's more of just like someone needs to protect Wakanda. I don't mind doing it, but I'm not sure if this is what I want to do with my life. And it's like, oh, that's a really cool arc. But
Okay.
there's a really cool picture of him in his like outfit, but it's like a black version of it. And I'm like, oh, that looks really, really cool.
Okay.
But yeah,
I mean,
it looks cool. They're gonna have like some prologue thing that releases on Monday. I think it's like a short video that's like a that like sets it up. I assume mostly talking about like T'Challa's death and stuff like that.
yeah, you know what? We know what we'll do because I need to see this shit now because I gotta watch this
Oh,
now.
you're gonna
So
pop it on, yeah.
I'm not gonna pop it on because I've been having technical difficulties. YouTube is not cooperating unless you want to pop it on.
I heard. I don't know. Did you see that leak about the end credit scene of Black Panther?
No.
Nah,
I
I
won't say it if you don't want it spoiled. Then
Wait,
Alright,
I
no,
want to know what it is.
Yeah, you know what?
you want to know what it is? Do you care, Mikey?
Hold on, I'll mute y'all. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll give a big spoiler to anyone watching. This is the end credit scene is I saw a VFX artist leaked it because he was so pissed at Marvel for giving him shit deadlines. But the end credit scene is Doctor Doom showing up to be like he shows it was unfinished VFX. He didn't have his cape, but he had everything else. Straight up Doctor Doom, like hood, robes, like he had like even the gold thing with the chain around. And I was like, and he shows up at the end to basically be like, oh, now Latveria will take over, and you're like, oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah. So that's why I was saying earlier, I'm like, I saw a leak about Doctor Doom. So that's because I saw that on it was on Twitter or shit.
You good? You guys good? You good?
Yeah. I won't. If we're talking about the video, I'm not gonna say.
All right. So okay, you know what? We'll do this. I'll watch the trailer right now, so I kind of have an idea. I need to watch the shit now. I'm sorry.
Podcast is 3.5 hours long.
It's gonna be half. He could have done this while we were talking about the spoilers.
Nakia, let's go.
Look, he's
happy Lupita's back.
He's like a React YouTuber from like 2012.
Hold on, wait.
He's when 10-year-olds do React channels.
Yeah, man.
Listen. The iPad and
yeah, he's got like the little box in the corner right here.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there like, oh wow. My God.
Okoye, all right, dope. Yeah,
finish this out. I need to go to bed.
Mikey, can you please just make a React channel for this? That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be funny.
He just sits there and watches it, and at the end he's like, "No, that was cool."
So like,
he's like, "That was cool."
Seems like a montage of stuff. It seems like a montage of stuff, really. Nothing really like. Oh, okay, there's Namor.
Yeah.
Oh.
What? I just read from the Sandman panel, by the way. Apparently Neil Gaiman pitched doing Marvel 1602, but was rejected. So,
wow, that's unfortunate.
I would have loved to see that shit.
Yo, fuck Ironheart, bro. I don't care.
Oh, they announced that Reggae John Page is going to be in the MCU in Secret Invasion.
He should be in Wakanda Forever. I want him to play Casper Cole.
What if he's playing Casper Cole in Secret Invasion?
Sick. Oh, wow.
Oh, Kevin Feige also commented on Ryan Gosling want to be Ghost Rider. And he basically was like, oh, if Ryan wants to be Ghost Rider, Ryan's amazing. We could find a place for him. So it's basically like, bro, I don't want you being Ghost Rider, but if you want to be in the MCU, I'll find something else for you.
Be some bullshit character and in
it
won't matter.
You can be Star Fox when Harry Styles inevitably refuses to show up.
Him and the fucking Hercules now.
Look at this. Look, Kevin Feige commented on him. He literally said,
Okay.
"Yes, the adventures of Star Fox and Pip is something that's very excited for us." What? No,
Shut
it's not.
up.
Stop lying.
All right, so I finished watching it. I'm excited. I'm happy I'm actually seeing stuff put together. It looks like it's put together, but like I'm
Yeah.
also a little bit nervous.
Yeah,
You should be.
Yeah. The Atlanteans look dope though. I'm surprised they made them blue. I'm so surprised they made them blue.
They took Kang's skin.
Yeah,
They took it.
Basically, I mean, I like the fact that like I do like the Mayan direction that or the Aztec direction they're going with the
I
Atlanteans.
think that's I saw a lot. I saw like some people be like, "Yeah, I know."
Shut
I'm
up.
like, that's way more interesting than getting another like Greek gods Atlantis again, where you're like, all
Yeah.
right, decided to do that.
Yeah, I mean, this basically just seemed like a montage of just like what's to come. No, I'm not. I'm kind of getting an idea of the story.
I
But,
don't think they know the story yet.
yeah, yeah.
Which, to be fair, like
The way Atlanteans
pretty
give
hard
birth
to
is
figure
kinda
out.
creepy. The way Atlanteans give birth is kind of creepy though. I don't like it. Yeah, this looks dope, but like I'm just like I still have apprehensions about it. But at the end, it seems like it looked like that was Shuri as Black Panther.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone probably gets a fight scene as Black Panther at some point.
Yeah, which I would prefer. Know what I mean? Yeah, man. I don't know. Apparently this guy Derpy Gaming, who the fuck is this? Says like he said he cried while watching. I mean, I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying to hold back tears, but like,
everyone on stage was crying when they were talking about it, and I was like,
I mean, listen, I can
But
imagine.
didn't they do like a tribute to Chadwick Boseman or something?
yeah, they had
They
that
should
whole
have.
mural in the movie with him.
Wow.
But
yeah.
it was funny to see like the Guardians cast crying because their saga's over, and then like the Black Panther cast crying because one of their castmates literally passed away, and you're like,
man.
those feel like two different things. Like the Guardians are like, oh no, my character's going away, and then the Black Panther cast are like, yeah, we felt an immense loss.
Yeah, man. It's
like, Guardians, maybe ease up on how dramatic you're being right now.
but yeah, but it just seemed like that T'Challa is gonna die. Like I get that. I get those vibes.
Well,
100%.
yeah, I think they're probably just gonna be like, yeah, he passed away. You know?
Which is like, damn.
I still
don't
think
like
they're just
that.
gonna be like, oh, he's like off somewhere, like missing or whatever.
Yeah.
They could go missing and then have him come back with a different actor,
That's
like
true.
they did with
Yeah.
fucking Rhodey.
Right, hashtag recast T'Challa.
Oh my god, get fucking Terrence Howard to play T'Challa.
Yeah.
Wait, did you guys know Terrence Howard has like this weird like math thing? I didn't know that till like the other day.
He's doing like nuclear fusion or some shit.
Dude, he is on another level.
But yeah.
1 times 1 equals 2.
But yeah, overall, this movie, man. I mean, I'm gonna cry when I watch it, dude. I won't be able to have the emotional composure to it. But looks like that they have somewhat of a direction. Namor and the Atlanteans look really cool. Actually, surprised that they're blue, man. That they have wings and shit. It's crazy. Love to see Angela Bassett. Not aging a day. Good for her. Happy that Okoye is back. Nakia is back. I'm curious to see where they're gonna go with Winston Duke and Shuri. Yeah, it does look like Winston Duke has like a pseudo like a Jabari Black Panther type of suit, which is I think it's really cool. Which I was an advocate for him being Black Panther. I was totally fine with it. But yeah, man. Listen, Ironheart, I don't give a fuck, bro. It's something like she's in this movie, and they do the whole heart thing too.
Getting her own show, and then she's like gonna be half of Armor Wars, and I'm just like,
who cares? Like I
don't care about Ironheart.
And the scene in the trailer where she like hammers out a heart, and it's like, oh god, man, so
I think
cringe.
her armor is cute.
Who cares? We got Moon Girl. Who cares? Fuck. Moon.
We got Moon Girl.
I'm still an advocate that like we should have gotten the live action Moon Girl show over an Ironheart show because I love Moon Girl.
There's an animated show coming out.
So I think at D23, the only thing that could save any of these announcements is casting and like if they announce some fire ass casting, if they announce some crazy directors and shit, I might be back on board. But right now, I'm like, if they come out and they're like, we're doing Nova and Ryan Gosling's Dick Rider, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm about to dick ride Ryan Gosling till the wheels fall off. Okay?
But yeah, overall, man, this movie looks like it's. I don't know. I'm excited for it, of course, but
I'll go see it
yeah.
purely because I'll probably have nothing else to do that weekend, and I'm gonna be like,
Listen, man, I do like your idea that there could be it looks like there'll be multiple Black Panthers throughout the entire movie, which I'm
that'd be
down.
cool.
Listen, Casper Cole, bro, I'm telling you, with
I
the
don't, dude. I think you're huffing some hard.
I am harvesting some hard smoke. Yeah,
You're huffing some copium. You're like
Is
Casper
that
Cole. I swear to God.
he
White
was
Tiger guy?
yeah, he was the Black Panther who was a White Tiger who was introduced in the Priest run, later in the Priest one with the dope ass leather jacket and the fucking dude. He was dope as fuck.
See, even Mikey wants to go back to early 2000s comic book movies.
Yeah,
The dope leather.
with the leather, bro.
They don't wear spandex.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, definitely. It comes out, I believe, in November. Still on track. It hasn't been delayed. So yeah, November 2023. So yeah, so that's basically it, people. That's nothing really else to go off of. Seamus, though, I kind of had an idea though. We should probably do our own podcast talking about Daredevil Born Again because I'm kind of down.
We're gonna have like an hour and a half just being like, they got Vanessa back. They got Vanessa back.
Yeah, word. But
It's 18 episodes, and Vanessa's gonna be in all of them.
true. Yeah, but here's the thing. I final thoughts on everything we talked about, anything that we missed. I don't know. Like there's just a lot to go over. But yeah.
I think in terms of Comic Cons, this is one of the better ones in the past couple of years, given we A, haven't had a couple, and B, the other ones have kind of sucked because everyone seems to like skip Comic Con, you know? So it's nice to have them back instead of like, oh, we're gonna skip them again. Because like that's the thing, is like I miss E3 and Comic Con because E3 used to be like a week where I was like, oh, so many announcements. And now that's broken up.
Yeah.
And
gone.
Comic Con, everyone started skipping it, but I'm glad they're back. It's nice. Even if I didn't care for like 90% of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Spawn Batman saved the entire thing for me. Because like I was like, they could announce literally like, hey, we're getting Michael Bay to direct the next Avengers movie. And I would have been like, but we got Spawn Batman though. There were a lot of good things and a lot of things I just didn't care about, but there was nothing bad that I was like, why would you adapt that or anything? But I don't know. I think I'm tired of the MCU. I think I just think it's just like I get it. Like fatigue sets in, and I just don't give a fuck about like stature anymore.
That's true. But yeah, all right, Rebecca, what are your final thoughts on anything we missed or the conventions or anything you want to highlight?
Final thoughts. The MCU has thoroughly rotted my brain.
Mm-hmm.
I have no more thinking power after doing 3.5 hours of podcasting. Comic-Con was okay this year. I think it could be better. I don't have any more thoughts than you.
Facts. All right, I'll say this. I'm happy that Comic-Con's back, even though we said previously we do miss the whole virtual thing. I like the whole virtual panel that they had before. And they could have done both. But yeah, I was expecting this Comic-Con to be very very trash, to be honest with you, but it was pretty solid. Especially with the comic book announcements of like Spawn Batman, and also like the Milestone stuff. For me personally, I'm very happy to see some of that stuff be announced, and some of the movies and films and TV shows that were announced. MCU, man, still on the fact that they announced Phase 6 was happening, and it's gonna happen in a 2-year period, is insane.
One more thought, real quick.
What's
we
up?
need to put the comic back in Comic-Con. No more movie announcements. We need to go back to boring shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Isn't that what New York Comic Con's for?
Yes.
yes.
New York Comic Con is
You're
just pure comic books, and you're like,
I mean, there are
Like,
TV, there are TV and movie stuff, but like,
it's like
That's
it's like
too
very few.
mainstream. I'm tired of getting
Yeah.
all these movie announcements.
you might get a little like New York Comic Con. You'll get a little like, oh, here's like one like actor sending a video message to promote the movie. It's not like it's all movies all the time, 24/7, and TV shows that have nothing. It's called Comic Con, and we're getting Lord of the Rings. Like, I like Lord of the Rings, but like, is it a comic book? No.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, shout out to the Eisner winners that won their awards. I mean, good for you. Some good books, so I'm gonna check some of those books out. And yeah, man, this Comic-Con was pretty solid, pretty solid in my opinion. MCU, man, you're on some shit. But listen, man, I'm looking forward to some of your stuff. I mean, as long as you don't fuck up Blade for me and we we get Daredevil Born Again, I'm chilling. But yeah, we're not even gonna do recommended because we just want to end it. It's too late. But yeah, guys, thanks for the people that thanks for the people that are watching this or will watch us. We appreciate the support. Also check out some more content. Definitely have just for this podcast alone. I have 3 weeks worth of clips to make, so it's gonna be worth it. So listen, I got steady content for the next 3 weeks now. I'm lit. So look out for that. Comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Look out for more content in the future. Seamus and Rebecca, especially you, Seamus, because you showed up a little. I
left work early for this.
Yeah, you left work early for this. This is actually your idea, so like I appreciate the idea for this and us doing this. Rebecca, thank you as always for holding it down, obviously. And yeah, people, we're out. We gotta go to sleep. I gotta put these chapters in. So yeah, man. Obviously, get home safe, and we'll see y'all next video. All right, get home safe.